Full blast. Get in that ass.
Hello, everybody. It is the Hiveless Bee-Man and guests. How you doing? What's up, Em? What's up, Lester? Scotty's
Howdy.
taking a leak. He'll be back shortly. So, yeah, Lester, I watched The Matrix yesterday with my brother and sister, and it was dog shit, just like you told me it would be. Very disappointed.
I
It was
too.
crap. So yeah, mate, we've been planning that for about 2 weeks leading up to Christmas. Me and my siblings, and the trailer looked pretty good. One of them at least, but it was so bad. I'd actually advise people not to watch it. Although I actually want them to watch it just to see how bad it is. Honestly.
Well, my suggestion is if you figure out a way to watch it for free, do it. Otherwise, skip it.
Yeah, not worth giving the box office the numbers or the revenue. I absolutely agree. Yeah. It didn't tie together. The camera work was shoddy. Even the sound was crap sometimes. In fact, the soundtrack was terrible. Everything they got right about the others, they didn't get close to getting right with this one at all. It's horrible. Mank, yeah, haha, told you, Mank. It's the enlightened Mank. Yes, you did.
Oh, he didn't like it? I guess
No.
I'll change. I really love that movie. That was a pretty good.
Yeah, Mank, it was so bad. Well, Mank was saying it's just super woke, and it was super woke. There was, Trinity basically becoming the one at the end. Not that that was the worst thing about the film by a long shot, but
Yeah.
they had to get the line in that they were going to paint rainbows in the sky.
Yeah.
Not that I should give anything away. Sorry, spoiler alert. It was shit.
It's just the way Hollywood's going now.
But
Yeah,
it
the
just
story was
takes away,
shot.
it takes away from the original greatness. I mean, of the original story.
Would you know what they did throughout the film? They interspersed scenes from the other films throughout this film, and every time they did that, in fact, the more they did that, the more you were nostalgic for the old styling
Well,
and everything about the old films. It was nowhere close. In fact, it was literally. I'll say this to you, Mank. My honest opinion on the story, because Mank says the story was shite too. The story could have worked, honestly. Oh, irritating is here. Irritating. How you doing?
I'm good. How are
Hello.
y'all?
Very good. I'm just bitching about the Matrix, but I'll get over that bit, and then we can just chat shit. How about that?
So was it bad?
Hello, Colin Barrett.
It was horrible. It was horrible. Oh, on the story point, I just want to make this point. The story, man, could have worked if the choreography and stuff was better and they'd actually scripted it better. So it wasn't even the story I was offended by too much. It was just, although I think they should have made him an actor in his own film called The Matrix instead of a designer of a computer game. Oh shit! I am doing spoilers here, people. So apologies. Spoiler alert. I should have said. I might retitle it.
Yeah, spoiler alert. It's shit.
Spoiler alert. It's dog shit. Exactly. Yeah.
Shock and awe.
The Enlightened Manx. She more powerful than Neo as the other films. Yes, I know. They had to just get that in because I think the directors of that film have transitioned from male to female, haven't they? So I think they're super woke. That's what that'll be about, I think. Colin B, Matrix 1 didn't need any sequels. No, it didn't actually, mate. If they just left it alone, left it there, it'd be... Well, you know what? It still is. It still is
It's
amazing.
still a classic. Yeah.
Yeah. I might just pretend the others didn't happen. I mean, look, there were moments in... Oh, mate, do you know one of the worst scenes, Lester, by the way? In fact, there were two scenes that I thought were terrible. The train fight scene was just a mess. You couldn't keep it straight. You didn't know who was punching who. It was horrible. And then there was another bit. Do you remember the bit with I can't remember his name, the Mayor of Vinci or whatever, as a tramp, just talking shit at them on a stairwell. You know that bit?
I can't remember that.
It's when they...
Merovingian, yeah.
The Merovingian, is it? I can't remember the name, but it was just... It was a bit where... It was a bit there where they've just gone back into the Matrix and Smith appears and they have a sort of standoff, but all of the crew of that particular ship have gone back into the Matrix and they all start fighting on a stairwell.
Oh,
To be fair, that bit's a terrible fight sequence, man. There was no good fighting in it. It was... Anyway.
No,
Right.
just like we said, and just like Colin just said,
Yes,
Neo
man.
is really John Wick.
Ooh,
You
space
expect
cake.
better fighting from John Wick.
Oh, John Wick sequences are brilliant. Yeah, and you're exactly right, Lester. He looked like John Wick, but without any of the good stuff. There's one saving grace. Well, it's not really a saving grace at all, but the one playing Trinity acted very well. She's a very good actress. She was the only person you could half believe was a real person in it, you know. And then,
Yep.
to be fair, it's probably the best. You might disagree with me on this, Lester, but you know, Keanu Reeves probably put in his best acting with some of the script in this film because he does deliver some of the John Wick lines terribly, you know. He wasn't terrible, Keanu Reeves, but it wasn't Keanu Reeves' fault that this film was shit.
No.
You know, he was there to make a good film, really. Oh, Michael's back, but they didn't do anything with him at all. It was horrible. It was like being surrounded by a bunch of sycophants and yes men that didn't want to disagree with the producer or the director. It's like no one told them this thing is the worst film ever made, you know.
Exactly, and you know, he probably had nothing to do with the post production, which that's where they screwed it all up.
Yeah, well, and on the choreography and the camera work though as well, but that none of that's his fault exactly.
A star has just entered the chat.
I know. I just saw her actually. I did.
Oh, two stars.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I see it. Colin Barrett, presumably. Have you changed your name, Colin Barrett, or is it Colin B now? He used the force instead of punching. Oh, yeah, he kept doing that shit. That's right. He kept doing overkill, absolute overkill on that
Hey,
trick. Yeah.
Bigfoot. Anon.
Hey, Bigfoot Anon, how's it going?
Connor,
Bigfoot
what's up, fam?
How you doing? You putting a good show in on Spaced Out Radio, is it called? Is that right?
Oh,
Yeah, he had a good show.
You put in a good show, mate. Well done.
He put
You-
in an
you-
amazing high energy show, for sure.
You wore me out with all your talking.
Yeah. Well, I
Big
nearly,
old smile the whole time.
I
It's
nearly
great.
put in the chat, and I decided not to do it. But that Connor, I'd be scared if Connor ever did cocaine, is what I was going to say in the chat. But I didn't do it.
His larynx would explode.
Yeah, I'd explode watching it, actually. Miss Space Cake, good to see you again. We all thought you were brilliant on the New Year's Eve show, honey.
Most definitely.
Yeah, you're welcome back on now if you want to jump up, honey. Just let me know, duh.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
I
The
will be
director.
popping in and out a little bit, just to let y'all know.
Oh, did you say you're popping in and out? Amy?
Yeah, I
Is
will
that
be
what-
popping in and out, yeah.
Like Michael
Just
and his pig.
like Michael popping in and out of his pig.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Bigfoot None says the director wanted to stop filming due to the virus. What a joke.
Total joke.
The virus or her doing that. Then like Mank, Neo is Jesus and Mr. Smith is the devil. The one and the same being. Mr. Smith is the ego of Jesus, aka Neo. That's an interesting take on it, Mank. Interesting.
Hello, Raymond 11. Big Jim Justice has just come into the house.
Oh, did he? Nice. Hey, B.
Please,
Thank
hey,
you. You were
welcome
brilliant,
back.
Miss Space Cake. Please make more showings. We love you. Columbia. All right. I shattered. What's that? I'm shattered.
I'm shattered.
Give me a mo.
Give me a mo.
All right. Go and have a few more spliffs, and you should be right as rain.
Shrooms.
Well, that's why she said she calls herself Miss Space Cake. I like it. She's, you know, total stoner bunny.
It's awesome.
It is awesome. What's that? And in like Mr. Anderson is the son, aka Neo, the Jesus sun god. Right. I mean, I suppose that's just that's that archetype of good and bad represented, isn't it? I guess.
Why put that much into it? It was shit. Don't
It was
overthink
shit. Yeah.
Don't overthink it.
Don't hold back, Lester.
When have I ever held back?
Thank you, Miss
That's the point.
Space Cake. Thank you.
Oh, the purple M has his purple M. That's really cool,
Oh
Michael.
shit! Yeah, Michael,
very-
well done. How did you
I knew
suss that
something
out?
looked different.
Well done.
I
How
found
did
it
you do
laying in
that?
the gutter.
How
Found
did you
it
do
laying
it?
in the gutter.
I don't even know
Way
how
to
you did it.
repurpose.
Hey, that's very good, Em. Finally, look who it is. It's the Purple M. I love that you've done that, mate. I wanted to see that for a long time.
So awesome.
Basically, anyone who doesn't know the backstory, we've turned a stupid joke out of the fact that Michael has a purple M. You know, that he put a lot of thought into it, but it's clearly just the YouTube default for the first letter of his name. But it's now become a thing, and M is now the purple M. There you go.
Bigfoot, you should come up and talk too. I don't know. Can y'all handle that?
Connor,
Yeah,
Connor,
I'd love to talk to Connor any day of the week.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Absolutely.
yeah, Connor.
It's Friday night. Let's have a party.
the purple M.
Party.
Party.
Can't tell you how many
Idea,
times I got
baby.
into a chat and I saw someone's name come up with the purple M. I just started calling out for Michael, and it wasn't him.
Michael, thanks for being here.
I'd say son and get no reply, and then I look back. Oh shit, wrong guy.
Son,
Well, I saw someone else with a better purple M than Michael the other day.
You lie. You
No.
lie. You
Impossible.
speak of treachery.
They make a better M.
Well, actually, yeah, it was.
the M itself is actually white.
Yeah, it's true. Actually, Wagon. Yeah, good point. No, it was in that chat that we went to. Oh, I can't remember if it was. What was the chat we all found ourselves in the other night for no reason whatsoever? Not the one yesterday, but the one. Oh, Doombar.
Doombot.
you
Doombar
talking about
9000. Huh?
Lockbeard?
No, it wasn't. It was one of those. It was a sort of bigger show. I just can't remember how we found ourselves in there. I know what it was. It was Space Out Radio with Connor, and
I
there
was
was a
just gonna
purple.
say.
Yeah, there was a purple M in the chat that was better than Michael's. It was like more modern and sexy looking. So
No way.
sorry.
Randy's in the house,
Sexy
y'all.
M. Okay.
I'm
Michael
old
likes to
school.
just
Andy.
keep it to the basics.
I'm
And he
old
looks
school.
good doing it. Yeah. You tell
Oh
him.
yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
Randy.
yeah.
We're
Matrix.
ready.
Doombot 9000 says Matrix movie gave me eye cancer. Yeah. Me too, Doombot 9000. Me too. I'm gonna sue Pirate Bay. Why? Did they have something to do with it? What was their role? Tell me. Brandy, Hiveless, Lester, Scotty, Michael, and Birdie. Wagon, darling. Thank you, Brandy. Hello.
Andy.
So that's Matrix then, yeah? I mean, people can dip in and out and bitch about the Matrix all they want, but we can talk about absolutely anything. It's just a random one where we're just chatting shit because it's Friday night for no reason. There you go. So what should we get into?
Bigfoot said, why was Niobe so old? Is that a character from The Matrix?
Yeah, I didn't get that. To be honest, mate. And it didn't even look like the real Niobe. I didn't even think it was the same actress, but I could be wrong about that. I think there was some talk. I think they did that, just to try and age Neo, because I think they were talking about the idea that Neo was a lot older than he was meant to be, because they had to rebuild him. I think it was some hint to that, but it was very poorly done. And it wasn't clear. And all the extras and the different actors in it, they just looked stiff. It just looked like a sort of second take most of the time that they were doing. They just said, that'll be all right. And it was like, anyway, sorry. But so disappointed. I literally, the first reaction when I looked at my brother and sister after the film, I just went, no. No. Just no. Anyway.
Didn't somebody already tell you before you went that it
Yeah,
was gonna
Mank
suck?
and Lester told me, and
That's
I think
right.
a few other people. I know. But I was still going to always watch it, to be fair. And I'm glad I gave it the best chance on the cinema screen, just to know really how bad it was. Did you see the cringe? Oh yeah, he's got a brilliant point. Did you see the cringe robots, red eyes, and cute bunny robot noises? Yeah. My brother said about that they were trying to do the Star Wars trick with a sort of Jar Jar Binks kind of cutesy character crap, and that's what that was. But it was just so cringe. In fact, we've got better technology now than some of those robots. You know what I mean? So it wasn't believable. It's clearly just some afterthought animatronic shit. And those big robots the ones that picked up Matrix out of the Neo out of the pod. They looked horrible as well. I much prefer the original design of those. So yeah. Anyway, horrible.
Good idea.
Think I will not bother with the new Matrix film. Yeah, don't bother, honey. It's so bad, and I don't shit around with that. It just is that bad. Yeah. Wagon, my show. Stop. Fucking so annoying.
I'm in the chat. I did it in the
My
chat.
God, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, why does she always do this? Why is she always trying to steer the direction of shit? Honey, you can hang
Because
out.
I have to
and talk
pop
shit
in
all
and
you want.
out, and not many can replace me.
Well, I don't think Connor's your go-to first replacement, is he? I mean, I don't think Wagon Breath Connor. Just don't think that.
Oh my
No,
God!
but
Can you
it's
imagine
Space
those
Cake
two in a
first.
conversation? Jesus
Oh God!
Christ!
Do you know what? Yes, actually, yeah. Do you know what? Let's do it then. Fine.
What are you
Let's see
talking
who,
about?
let's
Hang
see
on.
who can
What?
chat.
Good night, y'all.
Yeah, let's see who can chat the most.
See how long it takes Michael to start snoring.
What have I missed?
Nothing much, mate. The Enlightened Mank, the actor who plays Mr. Smith is called Hugo Weaving. Right. Hugh as the light hue of the sun being darkened because break up the name Hugo because he is opposite of Neo Jesus the sun. Weaving means fabric. Ooh. That is...
Well,
that
tell
is
him to go
deep.
look up Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, mate, because that's where Hugo Weaving started. He's Australian as fuck, like me.
Oh, really? Is he? Well, he did a
Yeah,
quite good
absolutely.
accent then. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, that is deep, Mank. That is possibly over-analysing things a little bit, but
No, he
I
makes a valid point.
I won't take it away
No.
from you, Mank. I do love the way you think in French.
Not Mank
as well.
overanalyze. Never.
I like it, Mank. It's funny. It entertains me.
Well, I hear you, Connor, there about Amy. She's our family, so we look out for her.
Right. Well, Connor,
Absolutely.
do you actually one up, mate? Because you're welcome to come up. It's
He
just
said he's at work.
Oh, right. I was going to say Amy grifting hard and deciding the panel, though. You know. Anyway, Bigfoot and on watch. Anyway, it's fine. Watch Animatrix. Wagon breadth. I'm at work. Right. No worries, brother. Me and Wagon are tight. Good. Well, I want to see who can out chatter the other. I'd love to see that. Let's see who tells the other person to shut the fuck up first. I got my money on Wagon.
Bigfoot, you'll have to come. You'll have to come on my stream one day.
I'll take all I got on that. I'll take all I got on that.
Yeah. I know my yeah. Can't touch it. Jim Justice, Elena Wachowski, born June 21st, 1965, formerly known as Larry Wachowski, that's right, directed the new Matrix without its sister. Oh, I didn't know it was without the sister, or the brother, or whatever you want to say, because they're both transitioned, haven't they? Lily Wachowski, born December 29, 1967, formerly known as Andy Wachowski, so gay. Mate, it's crazy. It's one thing, one member of your family deciding that they're a letterbox and actually going through with the operation. But for two of you, I blame the parents. But maybe that's controversial. I'll open it to the panel. Panel, am I being controversial?
You're always
Ooh.
controversial.
Shit.
You ride that bad boy off into the sunset, mate, like you own it.
I will. I will. What you saying? All right, honey. Yeah. No worries. Wagon bread. Animatrix. I'm going to check it. Animation is my bag. Mm-hmm. Right, I'll check that out as well. Connor, thank you, mate. Brandy, good afternoon. Good to see you, Brandy. Miss Space Cake, yo, brother. Well, Miss Space Cake, let me know when you want to jump up or if you want to jump up. Until then, let's just chat shit with my new best friends. Lester did a stream yesterday I enjoyed it, Lester. I had to talk really quietly because it was very late for me. But we got into all sorts of stuff. We were looking up the Urban Dictionary. I discovered the term. What was it? Kilt was it?
Kill.
Oh no, kilf. The
Kilf,
term
yeah.
kilf, which means cartoon I'd like to fuck. As in, M, the purple M thinks Elmer Fudd is a kilf. As in.
Beats the previous day's conversation on your last line.
Well, I'm looking for content, mate. Anything to fill the dead air at the end of it.
Yeah.
The pre-cum part or what?
Oh, the pre-cum bit, yeah. Let's talk about pre-cum, yeah. Let's do that. Good.
Pure gold.
That's right, yeah. Oh, do you think I'd love to get Lockbeard up here or on Leicester's one day? What do you think? Do you think I could do it? Do you think
That'd
he'd
be
be
cool.
up for it? I just think it'd be good to have a chat with a guy.
I think he'll ease into it. He seemed to have fun in chat last night.
Yeah. I'd love to do it, man. I'd love Lockbeard. Lockbeard, don't know if you happen to be magically listening, but I'd love to just jump up and just chat some shit. No hardcore debates, just chit chat.
Just chilling.
We'll just talk about that because Lockbeard taught us a new term yesterday as well. Non-pubis. Is that it?
Yes.
Mon. Sorry,
Mon-pubis.
that's it. Mon-pubis. Which, what was that again? It was the fatty lump above the vagina, everybody. In Latin. In
It's
Latin.
Latin.
And it's the mound, it's the fleshy mound. That's right, it's the fleshy mound.
Shooter just
It's
entered.
active shooter. Do you know about the fleshy mound shooter? The Mon Pubis? He knows all about it. Never seen one. So what is really random? So what is really random? So what is random really? That's very clever, shooter. I see what you did there. You got the order of the
Shooter.
words wrong. Yeah. Miss Space Cake, how nice. Yes, now you know what that thing is that you can't stop playing with is called Miss Space Cake. Exactly.
So gross. Why would you play with that?
No, it's the bit you rest your hand on during fun time is the Mon Pubis. That's right.
Affectionately known as the rest area.
The rest area.
Officially known as the
Exactly.
pubic bone.
The pubic. No, well, it's not actually the pubic bone. It's the
It's
fleshy mound
the
on top of the
fucking
pubic bone.
Bone.
It's not actually the bone. It's not actually. I got into it with Icon. Icon corrected me on that.
Wow, there's a lot of wildness going on here.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. Well, I just got strobes when all your madness kicked off. So I thought it was a raid. Anyway. chin
What makes that any
rest.
different?
Sure, it's the chin rest. Very funny, mate. Very funny. That's good. How kind of God to put a chin rest there, Shooter. We love you, God. We really do.
Hobbs, I agree with you.
Yes.
But I also have to say this. It's also men
Agreed.
taking
It's not
over for women, which has been totally against the feminist movement all along. It's just men just displacing women like history has always done.
Oh, whatever. Let's not even go there.
Well, it's true.
Well, I'm not a feminist about it like Lester. Ha ha ha.
I mean,
But
the
yeah.
competitive sports thing is absolutely ridiculous. It is. It's just completely absurd. Men
Are
and
you a
women
bit of
are
a
not
feminist,
the same
Lester?
physically.
sorry, Amy, you finish your point, Amy, and then I'll ask Lester that in a second.
All I was saying is in competitive sports, it's not like being a drag queen. You know, you're actually pinned against the opposite sex in a sport that was created. You know, they created different sports teams, male and female, because we're different.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, it just doesn't make any. It's effed up. That's
Yeah,
the
you can
part
get
that's
your
effed
junk
up.
removed, but you still got a male frame.
Yeah,
Man,
Yeah,
it doesn't
and-
matter
You're
how
still a
much estrogen you
beast.
pump into yourself.
Years of
absolutely.
testosterone affects bone density and general strength. Undeniable. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a joke.
100%.
Yeah.
Lester, are you a bit of a feminist?
Yeah, I am.
No. Well, the
No,
feminist.
serious. Men,
Yeah.
men should never be in a position to order women around. It's a partnership. Life is a partnership.
No, but what about? Well, don't you know that the feminist ideology was a deeply cynical political movement generated to get women to work to tax that block and use them as a voting block,
Could be.
and to fuck up society and
That
to
actually
fuck
makes
up
a lot of sense.
to fuck up the nuclear family. And it wasn't about women's lib at all. So to call yourself a feminist, you have to be sort of a bit careful. So I'd say that. But you obviously, you don't. Well, go on. Tell me your actual feeling then when it comes to that, because I wouldn't assume that you're pro.
I
the,
don't go that
right.
deep into it. I go into, if a woman is doing the same job as a man, they should get paid equally. I believe a wife should be treated as an equal in the house, in the home. I
Right.
don't believe men should be pushing women out of a sport.
Right.
Just what Amy said, I agree with 100%.
Well, I agree with the sport thing 1,000,000%. What do I think about? Well, everything else you said.
It's about role defining and respecting those roles. That's
Exactly.
Well, let me say this: with the equal pay issue, that's just a point that the left picked up on, that tried to claim something that wasn't strictly true. It's not usually that women get paid less than men, unless, for instance, in certain what do you call it? In
It's
certain
industry
roles.
specific.
That's right. It's industry specific. It's usually that men may be better suited, or particular individuals might be paid more, let's say, in the mainstream media, because they're more of a draw. And you can't suddenly make a female equivalent the same draw potential as a male one that's well established. So that, for instance, the BBC touting this line about equal pay, when actually the very reason that certain members of their institution were paid more was because they were more popular and better at their job, potentially, by the way. That was a sort of a dud, if you see what I mean, Lester. So I think we've got to be careful not to use the terminology of the left, because they always like to rewrite language and shit.
And I agree with you on that.
Thank you.
I'm basically talking about is you got two people shoveling the same amount of shit every day. They should get paid the same. That's where I look at it. Now, if the man's shoveling twice as much shit, he should get paid more. If the woman is, she should get paid more. It should
Right.
be based on
Yeah.
skill.
Well, I agree with that, but I can't think of an instance where, well, I don't know, not in the West anyway, where that's not generally the case, because you could take someone to court if that wasn't the case. So like I say, it's mainly
Right.
more of a political point, talking about equal pay. I don't think it's a problem that exists in the West myself. So I agree with you. Yeah, you should get paid for what you do or for what you're good at, basically. But that's just, for me, that's just common sense. And again, it's not
With me, with the feminism, sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't, man. You didn't. It's fine.
It's what's going on around the world. Okay, women are still going into slavery. They have no rights. They have to cover their face up. They have to wear a full bodysuit anywhere they go. They're not allowed to go to school. They're not allowed to drive. That's where my feminism comes in.
Right. I just don't like the term because it's been politicized. Yeah.
I agree with you. It's probably the wrong term, but I'm for women human rights. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, right, man. Well, you don't think that they're a sort of you don't think as a group they're less important or anything like that, right? That's the general view.
Yeah.
They're equals with me. It's sometimes actually I do put them on a pedestal. So there you go.
Well, I certainly wouldn't put them on a pedestal myself, I suppose. That's what I was picking up on, that maybe you've got a distortion in that direction. I don't put them on a pedestal, that's for sure. I think you need men and women to produce life, and there needs to be, like Miss Space Cake said, it needs to be a balance.
Yeah, there has to be a balance. Everyone has their roles in a relationship.
Right, but what's the role of the man?
What's the role of the man? Role is to provide,
right,
and to provide safety.
Right. So does he not have like in the pursuit of doing that, fulfilling that role properly? Has he? It's not that they need to fulfill that same role equally, right? And I think that's where a lot of the confusion comes from when we're talking about what's equal, because it may be that she, is better suited to do certain things as it comes to seen to her particular responsibilities in the family unit than the man even. But you see what I mean? It's not that you both have to. There are different roles. As long as we can agree there are different roles, then that's cool.
Well, and I also
They're different
think,
roles, but it's also between the couple. They have to agree on those different roles. You just can't force the roles onto someone. I mean, hell, I know women that are better off protecting some of the men in their lives.
Yeah,
I
let's
just think it's
face
a
it.
point of not conflating, worship with chivalry and adoration. So
Well,
you can still adore your wife, or and be chivalrous without putting her on a pedestal. I don't think it's right to put women on a pedestal, because that's a hard place to stand on a pedestal.
Yeah, well, what's that thing then? Let me look at that. Then what's the? Because a lot of people do put women on a pedestal. I know the crazy Australian admitted that he does put women on a pedestal because he was raised by women. I think Scotty, you might do a bit of that. You've never said it like that, but I think you might do it. I don't do that. I do see we have equal and important roles that are sort of better assigned to one or the other. But not in every case. But I certainly am no feminist. And I'm certainly no, sort of misogynist either. So that's the way I'd put it for me. But what do you think, Lester? And Scotty, I want to get your thoughts on, women being put on a pedestal kind of thing.
That's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you've just stumped me completely.
We'll meditate on it, Scott. You don't have to respond right now. You can meditate.
Oh,
on it.
I'm one of the generation where Dad went to work and Mum was a homemaker.
Yeah.
Mum's ideologies and everything that I follow and I believe, come from my mother, not my father. My father was barely here. He was too busy, making bank type of thing. So
Fair play.
I don't know.
All right.
But it doesn't
but
make me a
Scotty,
feminist. It just gives me another respect for women, because their fucking job. Yeah, my dad would go to work. He'd come home from work. He'd sit down. Dinner would be made. His clothes would be washed. He'd go have a shower, get ready for bed or whatever. You know what I mean? My mother's day started again when he got home after looking after us all day. So I don't know. It's a tough one. And
Let me know when you've got the link, Miss Spacecake. And this will be good because Miss Spacecake just made the comment. She's going to jump on the show now. She said feminism is just another BS-ism, So I agree with that.
I agree too. I really do.
I know you do really, Lester. Yeah, I just think, like I say, I know I got a lot of male mates that sort of tout that term, but they don't know that it's become it's become conflated with so much stuff that it's just not you can't use it in a particular way anymore. I think
feminism is just another BS-ism.
It's about respect.
Well, you know what? On the respect front, yeah, and I'm there too. You know what? I'm all about that too. Yeah, there's got to be that respect. Yeah, that's right. Totally agree. Saggy Paw, it's not equal pay. It resulted in less pay, more tax. I don't quite follow that. Can someone help me out? Oh, Miss Spacecake's here.
Hello.
Miss Spacecake, how you doing? We're getting into it.
Shall I mute the thing here? Can you hear me?
Yeah, mute the tab and then you should be good.
Hang on a minute, hold on a minute. Mute. Hello.
By the way, can I just tell you, Miss Spacecake, you don't have to stop the cam on your phone. There's actually a stop the cam option on StreamYard, and then you can get a little avatar up that way if you ever wanted to do it in the future.
Oh, it's all right. This works fine.
I just don't like the ugly grey camera slash. It's ruining my aesthetic.
Yeah, but you can't see me. I'm knackered. I've been working, man.
No, I don't want to see you. I don't want to look at you.
Right,
God, it's all about you, isn't it, Miss Spacecake? I don't want to look at your face.
No. I'll put my cap on, then you can see me. Hang on a minute.
You don't actually have to do that. I'll just play them. Well, reverse psychology. I don't want to see your tits.
You're not going to see them. Come on. Just bear with me a minute. Hold
okay.
On.
Active shooter doesn't want to see me.
On again now. Hold on.
Miss Thank you, Ira Tatum.
In a second. Hold on.
Okay.
You can see the old git now.
Aww.
Oh.
No.
Oh, you're so sweet. Hold on a minute. I'm not sure this is going to work. Hold on a moment.
Okay.
I'm not sure what I've just done. I'm not very clever with this yet.
It might be, yeah, it's just a blank screen. I don't know why. It might be because you
Oh,
didn't
I know
allow.
why. That might be why.
Ooh.
Hey, Miss Space Guy.
You see
How
my
you doing?
junky background. How
Right?
you
Is that
doing?
is that a
Very
bed?
cool.
Yeah, I'm sitting on my bed.
Yeah, I did all my greatest work in my bed as
Your
well.
bed.
It's true. It's
We
true.
thought he was stuck there for years.
Toby, what's going in my thing? It's
I was,
like my
I was,
cat
I was
digging
scared
around in
to.
my stuff.
Oh, well, how you doing, Miss Space Guy? It's good to see you. Very good to see you.
Hello.
How, did you listen back
There's a
to
bit
any
of a
of the?
delay on this, I've just noticed.
Shut YouTube down.
Yeah, shut
Oh,
YouTube down.
but I'm on the YouTube. I can't talk in
Well,
the
no,
chat then.
mute the tab. Just mute the tab or take the volume down on YouTube, and you should be fine.
I've muted the volume, but I'm still behind. It's like the video's behind.
Well, I'll let you sort yourself out because you are an intelligent lady, so I'm sure you could
Well,
get there. And
now you're pushing it.
I don't know. That was people's general feeling. They noticed that you had at least an IQ of 103, and we were impressed with that.
So that means I'm about 4 then.
Is that right? Yeah.
Two
Shit.
numbers together.
Yeah. Exactly.
Shooter.
Right, I don't know what I'm doing in a minute. Let me just go and have a little look, see what I can do here.
The enlightened Mank says,
Hey,
Miss
sweetly.
Space Cake. Hey, Miss Space Cake. They are the ones making the world shite. I blame them of the state of the world.
It's only lagging on YouTube. You're right. It's not lagging on what you call it, on the streaming.
Right, good. Yeah, no, it
Weird.
shouldn't be, honey. Yeah, no, it's not weird. It's how it works. It runs about 5 to 7 seconds behind, or something like that,
Okay.
for the
All
broadcast.
right, I'll just ignore myself doing weird things then.
Yeah, just as long as you're on the StreamYard screen.
Just ignore the weird movements that aren't in sync.
Exactly. Active Shooter asks, "Am I allowed to sit down to pee?"
Yes, of course.
Well, you are in the New World, Shooter, yeah. But once upon a time, it would have been frowned upon.
But if you're in the bathroom by yourself, who cares?
Well, that's
Exactly.
true. Who's watching?
I can see Shooter sitting in a urinal, sitting down on a urinal. peeing.
Yeah, well, actually, Jim Justice, me and Wagon Breath were talking about genital mutilation, all that sort of shit the other day.
Oh,
Circumcision is absolutely genital mutilation.
Please don't do that. It
And it's
just sounds
dodgy.
awful. Painful.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible, and I can't believe that it's actually the popular choice in the US, like, and that people would feel left out is one of the arguments for kids getting it.
Ridiculous.
So it's a
No,
nonsense,
they would
mate.
feel-
Ruined
they
every
would
6
feel
months
that
if
they-
you don't.
That
It makes my penis look beautiful.
Yeah.
Right.
So
well,
with any luck, this picture will put Active Shooter off, won't it?
You said with any luck.
yeah, Shooter, just still what? Do you still want to have a go? I don't think he's fussy, Miss Space Cake.
Oh no, that's no good then. You got to be fussy, man.
Right. Well, I used to have a line. Oh, I better not say it, actually. I used to have a line that women should be something hungry. I'm not going to say what it was, but I did think that should be a quality in a woman.
Right.
If you're in a relationship with them. No One's Flower. It was a terrible film. It was diabolical, No One's Flower. And I hated it. And no one should go and watch it. Fuck them. Fuck the Wachowski sisters.
Yeah, I'm about
Brothers.
ready to send him a bill for the ticket I bought.
Yeah, man. Total waste of money. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not
You-
going to bother with that. I don't think.
I don't think you could have done a worse job if you tried. Like, some of it was so cringe. It looked like a sort of a fanboy's attempt to put together a sort of fourth one. It was horrible. Anyway, I know I
Right.
keep saying it, but
Yes.
Well, you
Nemo.
can't
That
beat
horse
the
to
original
death.
Matrix films, really, can you? I mean, that's
No.
that's it.
Well, who was it?
There
Lester.
shouldn't be any more, really.
No, they should never have made the fourth. Look, now Indiana Jones 4 looks like a good effort, doesn't it, compared to that shit?
I've not watched it.
Yeah, yeah, it actually does.
It actually does. Thank you. Absolutely.
Oh dear.
Nemo.
there's-
sorry.
There's probably quite a few that are pretty crappy.
Hey,
that
Hell.
could be better.
Oh, Hell's here. Brilliant. Say that again, Miss Space Guy. I sort of missed that.
I said there's probably quite a few crappy films that are probably better than the new Matrix film.
Well, yeah, I saw a few in the trailers that looked good, actually. There's one in particular. I'll get back to you what it was called, but it was about. It was a guy that sort of. Anyway, you know what? I can't even do it justice. Don't worry about it. I'll get back to you, but it looked really good by the same same director of Venom or something. But it was like a superhero, presumably a sort of Marvel character that ages differently and experiments on himself, and he becomes like, I guess, immortal or something. I don't know. It looked really cool, and a vampire becomes a vampire.
Oh, sweet.
Can't remember what it's called, but it looks really good.
Give me a bit of
Morbius.
colour. I'm so pale and tired. and
Well, no, you
worn
look.
out.
Well, no, you look fine, honey. For 54, you look fucking golden, to be honest. So you're looking amazing. You look great.
Yeah, just bring on the compliments. Come on, I need them. No, I'm just kidding.
Guy, well, you're definitely slim. I think a diet of
Oh yeah, I'm
420 probably does that, does it?
No, I
Coffee
mean,
and weed.
Yep. You're right.
I do
Hobbs.
eat.
I
I do eat. It's just with all the stress recently, I haven't been eating quite as much, but I move a lot. I mean, I've
Right.
done 7 hours of cleaning today. That's a lot. One in the
Oh,
house,
shit.
5 hours in the house, and 2 hours in a commercial. So yeah.
Damn. She's putting
I'd
in the
love to know how much
practice.
Cockney slang you know, Miss Kate.
Uh,
Just for the accent. I love the accent.
Bless you.
do you know any Cockney slang, Miss Spacegate?
I got,
Apple and-
just gone
apple and
blank,
pears.
completely gone blank.
Apple and pears,
Was it apples and
stairs.
pears, the stairs? Oh
Um,
God, I can't think of them. There's a few, but I literally gone blank.
what's
Honestly, can't think of them.
isn't there a term for like different cash amounts, like a monkey? Is
Yeah.
a monkey 500 quid or something like that?
It
I'm
is.
pretty-
Yeah.
I don't know what a piggy
yeah,
is, Michael. I think a piggy
I
is
don't know what a
50p
piggy
for a
is.
blowjob, Em. I think that's what a piggy is.
Yes, I think a piggy
Thank
is
you.
50p actually.
Thank you.
No, I'm making that up, Miss Spacegate. That's just me
Oh,
talking
oh,
shit to Michael. I just
but
totally
see,
fucking
I
roasted
don't
him.
know. Don't ask me. I literally don't know.
I'm talking bollocks. I've had to just skip the chat, so I know I've missed you. Nemo, I saw that you're in. It's good to see you. Hell21,
Hey,
it's
Nemo.
nice to see you, dear. Hell21. How you doing?
And where's she gone? Sweetly morbid bear.
Oh, Sweetly's in. That's right. Hello, Sweetly Morbid Bear. How you doing? It's Saggy Paw, obviously.
All the best ones are here.
Absolutely. Well, this is quite a good show, and isn't it? Well, is there anything that anyone wants to ask Miss Spacecake, or anything that Miss Spacecake wants to talk about? We were just getting into the. Well, we could change subjects
I
completely.
had to
What
quit
do you
work,
want to-
so I lost 75 quid yesterday because him came on Wednesday
Right.
to
The
collect
guy-
stuff,
Yeah, the guy. His old CDs. Yeah, I know.
CDs.
Sweet.
He thought he was going in the outbuildings as well. And he was up here, the van was nearly full, and the only ones that were doing any work was his daughter's bloke and me. And he was just flouncing around like he was on holiday or something.
Wow.
So I've now got pain in my back, so couldn't work yesterday. I was literally in tears with pain and just going, through tiredness because I couldn't sleep. With the it was like,
How are you feeling emotionally with the sort of breaking up bit?
you have no idea. Constant like this.
Well, that's no. With all due respect, that's no good. You got to get over the codependent one,
But
don't
when
you,
you've
honey?
got to find
'Cause-
like 600 quid rent and
well, that's different. That's different. All right, that's practical.
There's
shit.
all
That's
that.
different.
There's all that as well. It's not so much
okay.
him going away; it's the way he's gone away and left me in this predicament. And he's so vague,
Right.
so vague.
Well, what was the
Oh,
appeal in the first place?
Well, I've known him for more than 30 years,
Right.
so he was a very different guy then. He was
Well,
still a lazy git. but
I've known my stepdad for over 30 years. Doesn't mean I'm going to fucking hump him. You know, on regularly.
No. We had a relationship a long time ago. We're like sort of because we were
Okay.
friends for 12 and a half years before the relate, which we should never have had a relationship. It's one of those, you know.
I get it. Well, a lot of people, I'm sort of in this world, I guess, that don't ever, for whatever reason, feel ready to settle down proper, wind up going for sort of always inappropriate options, don't they? Or something like that, you know. So I suppose that feels like a safe option, someone you've known before. Kanga Banga, I see you. Hello.
Yeah, I think that's what's happened here.
Hello,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's all right, brother. That's all right.
But
Well,
really, I shouldn't have trusted him. But I don't really want to go on about him all night because that's boring. and
No, that's
depressing.
cool. Well, I'm just wondering if anyone has anyone in the chat got a question for the panel? We could answer it like an expert panel. How about that?
Can I just interject there and say that the Enlightened Mank, he's on fire today. He's dropped a couple of good links already. Hey, holy crap.
Good man, Mank. Keep enlightening the chat
Mank,
space.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love it, brother.
I'm just so
Love it.
tired, so I'm rubbish in the chat. I'll just keep going. You know, when there's funny things, I'll just go, because I'm just stoned and having a little voddy with water.
Well, it is
Got the
Friday. It is Friday, everybody.
In my big Sports Direct mug.
Oh, we've got one. Well, we had one of those in the old house. That's right. I've got a massive coffee mug similar. It's like a bowl. It's more like a bowl of coffee. You could eat cereal out of them.
Yeah.
Hot
I don't
matters
trust
here,
myself with a
Hobbsy.
glass
Hey,
at the
mate.
moment. Sorry.
Nemo shooter.
Oh, Q for the panel. I
fuck
can always
yeah, hell.
I can always trust Nemo to generate a
Oh,
question.
thanks, Jim.
Um,
Bless you.
question for panel: favorite Matrix character?
Neo.
Neo. I did like Morpheus, though. And I
Yeah.
liked, what's her
Cool,
face?
actually.
What was her name?
John
The
Wick.
bird. The really harsh-looking bird. I thought she was cool with all the...
Well,
acrobatics and stuff.
Trinity.
Yeah, she was pretty cool.
To be fair, Trinity is awesome. Yeah, I got to go myself with Neo because that was totally inspiring. I love it as
Dude,
well.
what is the Matrix?
She didn't move like the way I just moved, by the way.
Do it again just so Shooter can have it simulated.
I'm not doing it.
Shooter, clip this bit out, and then it'll feel real.
Stop it, Vic.
Okay. Actually, Shooter, lucky he didn't put you in the Mama Zone, hell. What's that? Don't even know what it is.
I think it's going out.
I don't want a new mom. I didn't like the other one. That's a joke, Mom. I love you, really. Anyway, moving on. That's a joke. I am playing. I love you. I haven't opened the Christmas presents yet. They're in a bag. I'm getting round to it. The Enlightened Man. Helena, sister the goddess. Yeah, maybe I should call this just to counter the cross.
I've actually got hair, by the way. I'm not bald.
Hey, that's good. Well, maybe you could advise Wagon on how to generate long hair then.
Just don't cut it for a while.
Great
Oh, and
advice,
if you
Wagon.
do-
Great advice.
If you do, Wagon,
You better not cut it.
buggered off. Where's she gone? She's gone.
I don't think she's here right now. She's dipping in and
No.
out at the moment.
Yeah, she's got her little boy, ain't she, there?
Here you go. The Enlightened Man. Hive, women are more beautiful and peaceful because a woman is the symbol of the true God, aka the universal goddess called Gaia, Maya, Sophia, and the world. And the word people don't like is Lucifer, aka it's her. Well, my take on that is that. Well, I sort of got into it with the Black Stepdad, but basically, you know, in the absolute, there are both polarities existing as pure potential, masculine and feminine, and so why would you ever leave one of them out, brother? It might be that there's a female deity presides over the material world side of the equation, the dual. I don't know, but I think ultimately they'd have to both exist as two potential polarities, so I don't put any onus on either one myself.
No, there's to be balanced, isn't there? Really?
Yeah, that's where I'm at, brother. Yeah.
All comes
I
down to the Mon Pubis.
The Mon Pubis. Actually, yeah. Can I get Miss Space Cake's thoughts about the Mon Pubis? Hey, Hell 21. We learned a new word. It's
Oh,
Latin.
you can't talk to me about things like that.
It's Latin for the fleshy mound.
You got to do the flange on it.
Hang on.
Flange.
That's right.
It's the Mon Pubis. Oh, it's my favorite bit of that area.
That's a flange effect for
And now
anyone who
do it.
doesn't know.
And now do it with the echo.
Mon Pubis.
That's better.
So fun. Well, I've actually convinced Lester to buy himself some effects, special effects, Lester, for your TikToks. Is that right?
Can I just? I'm really hot. Can you just bear with me a second? I'm just going to do that and just change my top.
Oh, okay, good. Shooter. Just imagine.
We'll be watching. We'll be watching.
Um,
Boom. Boom.
I'm only taking my jumper dress off. It's just in case my top rides up underneath. That's no good, isn't it?
Give us a play-by-play.
No, you can see my top in a minute. You'll like it. No, you will. Trust me, you'll like my top.
Well, Enlightened Man, there's similar accounts in Hindu
It doesn't reveal much
cosmology.
though, so sorry about that.
Hindu cosmology talk about the casual ocean and all this sort of stuff. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah,
I'm back.
I'm not sure, mate. I just don't know. All I know is that ultimately there is only consciousness having the experience of, you know, a physical world. It's not real.
That's about 10 seconds behind, by the way.
No, I know. Let me catch up. It's not
This
even
is
10
what-
seconds.
have a-
It's
have a
like
read
way
what
behind.
It says on my top.
Go on, go on. What's it say? I can't even see.
Oh, it's
but-
Inside Out.
And oh no, well, you might.
Why do you obey?
Lester, very funny, mate. Why do you obey ye? That's good. Wagonard like that. It's a shame she's not here. You show her it
She'll
later.
see it when she
Well,
gets
she loves
back.
all. She's got all the Mark Dice T-shirts.
I
Very
also
good.
got Media Bears one here. Look.
Here
I
he
got
is.
Media Bear, Dr. Clown, Ride the Gaslighting.
What does that mean? Oh, the gaslighting. Ha ha ha. Very good.
Right, not, but they've done it like Metallica.
That's
They've done it
cool.
like Metallica.
What's it? A play
You see
on
that?
words? What's the play on words? Because I
Well,
don't know it.
the Metallica bit is Media Bear at the top, and then Ride the Gaslighting, not Ride the Lightning.
Ah, there you go. There you go.
And then you've got Dr. Clown with his mask on, his prosthetic, mask.
Oh, this is a great
So few
question.
of us know our Metallica.
Guys, I've got a really deep question for you from the little fish again. Question for panel. What did the Buddhist kid mean when he said, "There is no spoon" in the Matrix? Remember that? First try to realize the truth. There is no spoon.
Spoon.
Remember that bit?
Well, there's only your mind, so you should be able to bend it. Theoretically.
Ooh.
Oh,
Go on. Other people, what you saying? What you
I think that's the part where I
The
fell
mind.
asleep.
It's in your mind.
That's the bit when Lester dreamt about feminism, what he's going to buy his wife for cleaning the house for him. sorry, Lester. I went too far, did I?
I do most of the house cleaning.
No, you're
Of
the
course
best
you do. Sorry, you're a feminist. How dare I?
No, I'm a team player.
No, I respect that, mate. I know where you're coming from. I'm a player. There is no spoon. I want to get Scotty's thoughts on that, actually.
Where's Scotty gone?
Don't know.
Has he buggered off as well? Everybody's
think
buggered
so.
off.
Well, yeah, I like Miss Spacecake's answer. There is no spoon. It is only appearing by virtue of the eye sense being interpreted electrically
By
by
the
the
mind.
brain. So there
Yeah,
actually
and
is
then
no
the mind.
spoon. Yeah, it's an apparition based on many
Yeah.
different causes. One of which is the
Simulation.
the simulation of the experience of a spoon or the image of a spoon in the brain. You've never actually seen
I've got a
anything.
spoon.
You've only ever witnessed the electrical interpretation of what might be out there or may not be out there. You don't even know any of it's happening. It's true. So there is no spoon. It's exactly right. It's a mere appearance is what it means. That's the Buddhistic term, mere appearance. The spoon is mere appearance. There you go. There's no spoon existent from its own side. Let me go slightly further. There's no inherently existing spoon. That's the Buddhistic proper language. No inherently existing spoon. No spoon that exists from its own side. It relies on the apprehension by mind for it to appear. That's exactly what it means. So there's a cooperative relationship between you and the world that generates the experience you're having. That's what it means.
And you observing the world as well.
Right. Yeah. Without the observation
Does
of
the
it,
world
there is no
actually
world.
exist if
Actually,
you don't observe it.
exactly. Without the observation of it, there is no world. That's right.
It's a bit like the slot experiment, you know, where the particle changes to a waveform.
Well, just on that, Miss Spacegate, I'd have to disagree on that because I once became attracted by the double slit experiment because I understood that Buddhistic principle. However, I've since come to realize that it was it's not really what was going on. The idea that observation was affecting the results, and that quantum is bunk. And I've got a few people that could corroborate that. Quantum
I've
is
always
nonsense.
wondered that because they've now got some very strange ideas about, you know, and the Schrodinger's cat thing. I mean, apart from being
It's so
incredibly cruel,
Yeah, it's a dumb thought experiment. Was it Schrodinger's cat? Is that right? It's totally
yeah,
it's a nonsense.
It just
Doesn't make
doesn't.
any
Yeah.
sense. Well, least of all,
Wouldn't mean that.
let me tell you this. Least of all, because the cat observes itself being dead or alive. Let's say, well, not dead, but you know. So that's why it's particularly stupid. because the cat can observe, so it's dumb. Anyway,
Yeah.
anyway,
If it was
moving
an,
on.
I mean, yeah, and you couldn't do it with an inanimate object, so it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's so
It
dumb,
doesn't.
so fucking dumb.
People.
Here we go.
I think
Hive.
it's just an excuse for them to fumble around and get funded for doing bugger all, basically.
Respect. Thanks, Mank. You're welcome. The Casual Ocean, and yeah, it's really interesting stuff. Yeah. Active shooter looks like my big fat with my pockets turned out. What does that mean? Looks like my big fat with my pockets turned out. Someone explain that to me.
Big fat dick.
Mr.
also.
Doodle.
Fury is a bender.
Mr. Doodle.
Chessboard. Hey.
Chessboard. It's good to see
Yeah,
a
good
chessboard.
to-
Art matters as well. Oh, you know, guys, we've got 21
Hey,
people
chessboard.
watching. Did you know that? 21 people.
That's awesome.
It's pretty good.
Excellent.
Everyone having a good
But they pop
Friday?
in and out, though. You did have noticed that.
Yeah, no, that's cool. If you got 20 odd people on average for a stream,
22.
oh,
not
nice,
bad.
22. That goes for like a
that's
few.
it. Oh.
Goes for a few hours. That translates to usually north of 200 people that were watching all together at
I
some
think
point
I
or
saw
other.
700 views on that one that I was in, but that
Yeah,
was like 7 hours though.
8.5 hours. That's right. Yeah, that's right. That got good views for sure. Yeah, people must have watched it retrospectively. Yeah. So,
Sure.
but what did you think of it? Did you watch any back? What did you think of?
No, I didn't want to hear myself. I really didn't want to
I
hear
get like that
myself.
too. Space cake, I get exactly like that. I don't want to hear my stupid fucking voice.
Oh, bless you. Your voice is fine.
I'm the same. I'm the exact same.
Yep,
It
I do
just
not want
makes
to
me
know. I don't
cringe,
want to
do you
hear
know
what
what I
I've
mean?
said, who I've insulted, or what. I just want to. Yeah, no, sorry.
It's not
Move on.
even just. It's not even that. It's like intonations. You know. I mean, I like to sing, but that's one thing. But when I talk, it's a whole other thing. You know. Don't want to hear that.
Jim Justice says that's a good answer. Jim Justice, there is no spoon is meant as a means for Neo to let go of his logical presumptions of what constitutes reality. As the
Yeah,
boy
yeah,
says, we only have chopsticks.
Very good. I like that.
Very nice, Jim.
Good
Point
answer.
fire. Point fire. Sorry, guys.
Probably
They're
the best
ramping.
one yet, actually. Jim's one. I
the-
like that.
what's that? What's that, Miss Spacegoat? What are you saying?
Jim's reply to the spoon, the no spoon or the spoon or the is there a spoon?
Well, it wasn't as good as my response, but it was probably
Okay.
the next good
Yeah, but
best
you're
one.
the
yeah.
you're the star of the show, so you know. I mean, that goes without saying.
This is my show, and so I'm the
Gosh.
best one. Okay, I'm the best. Yeah.
I
Yankee
know.
put out a theory about the spoon too. But yeah, did you brush over that, or did you have a look?
Say that
It
again,
was
brother. What do you mean? Did I actually read
Just
up
above
on
Jim
that?
Justice, yeah, he
What's that?
Thanks throwing his theory in about the spoon as well, which was cool.
No, I did
There is no
read.
spoon because there is only mind of the universe, and you project the universe from your mind.
Well,
You
that's
are the
it was me that
universe.
said it's the mind. There's only your mind.
No, I did.
That's a cool theory.
I did read it. I didn't want to interrupt to what Miss Spacegates was saying. Yeah. So okay. So Hive. So Enlightened Mank said, "Hive, there is no spoon because there is only mind of the universe, and you project the
okay.
universe from your mind because you are the universe."
Mine wasn't as
Fuck yeah, that's
eloquent.
cracking.
Yeah.
Nice,
Sure.
Mank. Nice. Point fire. What you saying? They're ramping it up here. In how do you say that word? Oh, Canada-lusion. Quebec
eating your
is
bottom,
only
please.
selling alcohol and weed to the jabbed. Really?
What?
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, they're gonna bring up this new thing where they're not gonna sell to the if you've not been rinked, then you ain't getting your dope, mate. Well, it's just as well. I don't buy mine from places like that.
That's nice, Colin. Agent Smith was the control and Neo the chaos, perhaps. Potentially, I'd have to meditate on that, but nice.
Wasn't Yuri Geller found out to be a shill or a fraud?
Yeah,
You
of course,
meditate,
dude.
Elena?
Yeah, no, he was, mate. He's definitely not bending spoons with his mind. I'll tell you that. Yuri is a bender. Yeah, he's a fraudulent bender at that. You're right, Scotty. Exactly right.
Yeah.
He's a con job, mate. It's a total con job.
Yeah, a lot of them are though. A lot of them are.
Yeah, chessboard, point fire, alcohol and weed, mind control. Ask any narrative on the reservation. Any native on the reservation. Sorry. Right. Well, all right. Let's. Is there anything else?
I
I'm
wouldn't
missing?
have called weed a mind control because it's original in its original state. So if you're growing it like in your garden and you're utilizing it, or you're growing it for fiber to build your house, make your clothes, you know, or eat the
That's just
seed.
another herb in the garden, really, isn't it?
Well, it's one of the oldest, and it'll literally resolve most of our problems, including the black soil. By the way,
Yeah, sorry. Carry on.
sorry.
No, Scotty, what were you going to say, mate? I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're right. No, it's all good.
I was just going to say
You
because
were going
Jim.
to ask him for earlier
It's
on.
essentially another herb, really. Like,
Yeah.
I was going
But
to say
nature's full of it, isn't it?
Jim Justice has sort of
The
found
herbs.
the correct way to my heart. Because I've noticed, Jim, what you do is you troll me hard, but then you compliment me every now and again just to stay in my good books. I've noticed. He says, Hiveless Bee is quite the high IQ entertainer. Did you practice Buddhism? There you go. Well, I actually did, joking aside, mate. My dad actually introduced me to it when I was 10, as young as 10. And I got into it. And I lived in a Buddhist commune for a few years. I'm serious about getting to the bottom of the riddle that is reality, brother. Yeah, deadly serious about it. So I've picked up a few things. Yeah, absolutely. And I actually think that's one of the things that a bloke should be primarily interested in as a terrain, an unexplored terrain that he needs to get a handle of what's really going on. Why are we here? How does it work? So there you go. I do think
I
that's.
agree.
Thank you. And I think a man that does not take an interest in that, and that's not to say women shouldn't, but I'm just saying that men should be drawn to discover some wisdom there. And a man that's not interested in that stuff is not.
Doesn't grow into a man.
Thank you, Miss Spacek. Wow.
Even if he looks like a man, doesn't necessarily mean he is one.
Yeah, absolutely. A true alpha has explored and conquered the self and the terrain that is the mind and whatnot. Yeah. So if you're not even
The
looking
finer
there,
side, as well as the more aggressive side. But
Right, and
that's
there's-
the balance.
there's a lot of stick on fake ideologies that make you feel just as special, like the cult of Jesus, for one. But anyway.
Do you ever do notes before you do a show, B?
I don't, honey, but sometimes I do come up with a general approach, like with Fight Club. Because if I have an approach that I think is sort of funny, then there's always comedy to draw from. So I knew that with Fight Club, I could just be like, right, come at me, bro. Come on, I want to fight the chat. Fuck you. You're all a bunch of twats. Come on. You know you're bored. You know you wanna come and kill me if you can. So it's just that thing, like. But this this one was just a total random one where we were all talking on a private
I appreciate
call.
it because I was actually kind of chomping at the bit because I can't at night. I'm asleep. Do you know what I mean? Because I got work.
Right. Well, you know what?
I appreciate this.
No, do you know what, honey? I think a lot of people find a real release and in express themselves on one of these sorts of streams and be part of it because it really is a sort of collaborative effort. It's brilliant. So it's real alive conversation and obviously you can't get it where it's a little edgy and loose like this in other places. So I do quite like it. But speaking of which, I haven't heard from Lester for ages. I think Michael, you were muted, mate, but are you actually on standby? Are you there? Purple M. He is.
Yes, I'm here. I'm listening.
Well, I reckon. Do you reckon you could give me a break if I go and get a cuppa? Because I started this without getting a tea, and my throat is dry as fuck. So, do you reckon you guys could just get into a bit of a chin wag of some sort if you engage the chat? Well,
Long
I look
pubis.
I'm cold.
put more clothes on then. Miss Susan Wojcicki says, "I need more Michael, please." I need more Michael too.
Damn it! I'm
Susan.
about to take control of this thing.
All right, Michael is the new host, everybody. He's practicing for his morning show called the AM Show, starting Monday with Amy on Wagon Brett's channel. So if you're not subscribed to Wagon Brett's channel
I
yet,
need to get your
do it.
wagon. She's not here, is she?
She's somewhere. I don't know if she's listening,
All
but
right.
she's
I,
on.
see, I search for people. I can't find them.
Well, I'll put a link in the chat, but it's Wagon Brett
wicked.
11.3. Wagon Brett.
Cool, do that, and
11.3.
I will subscribe to her channel.
We'll hook you up, honey. Yeah, and you can jump on the panel as well and stuff.
Wicked.
Well, all right then, Michael. Go on then. Be the presenter. It's the purple air.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
here's
yeah.
Hell. Hell
Peace.
27. Hell 21.
Hey, Hell 21, Saggy,
Hey.
everybody. Hey, good to see all of you here. So glad you could make it. We couldn't do it without you, or we could, but it wouldn't be near as
Wouldn't be the
fun.
same.
That's
Exactly.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, everybody else, Scotty, Lester, anybody? Hey, Lester, you want to tell about big plans for tomorrow?
Well,
Oh yeah.
yeah, we're gonna drink beer and
Nom nom nom.
talk shit.
Okay. Yeah, but everybody might not know about it. If you want to lay the plans out there for the timing and everything on Lester Taylor's channel, everybody.
Oh, how am I going to find you all?
Well, mine's easy. It's Lester Taylor.
I know, I can see that. But I've looked for people and then can't find them. I'm a bit
Well, if
Well-
you look for the
short-sighted.
avatar,
Yeah, I know that. But they give you YouTube, so they've become so stinky.
yeah.
There was a football
don't
player
have,
named
like-
Lester Taylor, so he's got a lot of videos.
No, they
out
do.
there.
They make it really difficult to find small channels. If you're under, like, I don't know, 1,000 subs or something like that, yeah, you'll be searching forever. And you have to go through, like, thousands of subscribers. And then, if you're lucky, like, an hour later, you might find them. So it's quite stressful.
Jim, if she knew math, I would
Don't
let her do
leave-
the checkbook, but she doesn't, so I have to do it.
Don't do any links until just before I go. I'm not going to be able to stay, like, for 7 hours. No way. Because I need some sleep. No, I got work tomorrow. I got a little old man who lost his wife in April last year. And because of all my own crap, I've had to postpone him. But they're quite happy for me to go tomorrow. So I'm going to go. And
Well, I think it's great that you're helping out somebody like that because just being
I
able
don't
to
know
talk
lot.
with somebody like that helps.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's old. He's in his early 80s, and he's not going to be around much longer because since Sheila went, you know, they've been together since, you know, forever. And,
Yeah.
Motocross. They got a motocross track. They're very cool. He used to do
Oh, that is
speedway
cool.
and stuff like that. He's about the
See,
height of a horse jockey. He's tiny little man. Really sweet. Bless him.
I love tiny little men.
Tiny little. Stop it, Michael.
That's because you are a tiny little man, Michael.
Ah, she's back.
Only in height. Only in height.
That's right.
Only know.
Which one of the 7 dwarves were you again, Michael?
Horny.
This is where my face is going to start hurting again.
Susan, I got your number, baby.
I think Susan's going to have a very sore bottom.
Ooh, ouch.
Just plain shit.
Don't be-
Fuck you.
Scotty, you're a funny guy.
Bigfoot Anon posted his link in chat. If anyone wants to sub to him, I recommend you do.
We love you, Connor.
I'm going to go and do it right now.
I don't
And,
think that link works. I don't think that link works. I tried it.
Susan
It does.
posted Amy's
It does. It
link.
works. Honestly, it works.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go, Bigfoot. I'm all yours, honey. Well, you know,
Mhm.
within reason.
Not all. Some.
Within certain parameters.
So, Wagon, put your link in the thingy, please, so I can
think
sub you.
Susan put it in there. Susan put it in
Oh,
there.
is that you? Oh, cheers, Susan. Sorry, my bad.
No.
Susie and
Just being a
Choosy.
bit thick. It's all right. I feel a bit on the brainless side at the moment. Why is this not
Me
working?
too. I do too.
Well, you're in good company. You are in good
Right,
company.
thanks, Michael. Bless you. Yay, found you.
Bless your heart, Michael.
Bless your heart. Bless your cotton socks, mate.
That's right.
Bless your tighty whities.
Oh,
Michael doesn't wear underwear.
Neither
He
do
doesn't
I.
have to.
commando,
Neither do I.
commando.
Only when I go to work, because there's like other people about. Otherwise, no, it depends what I'm wearing. Sometimes I don't bother with the bra either. So uncomfortable. I don't know
I
who
never
designed
wear.
those things. They're
Terrible.
disgusting, horrible,
I
uncomfortable.
never wear a bra. I never
Yeah,
wear a
I
bra.
refuse to wear a bra as well. Fuck that.
I can't say that I love not wearing one though. Sometimes it just feels more comfortable having those things in place. Sometimes.
Yeah. I would rather you go without.
Oh dear, I'm already crying.
Well,
See, you're doing it to me.
I feel the same about my nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you just
You
want them
could wear
packed
the bra
in
down
there.
there. That might work.
You know
Quite
what?
well.
Lester does have a. Lester invented the nut bra.
Straps you'll have a problem with, honestly. The straps and the underwiring. It's really painful.
Well, you
Horrible.
can get them without that. You gotta just like.
Yeah, they don't fit right though.
I know. You're right. You're right. They suck. They absolutely suck. I hate everything about them. Yay. Yay, hate.
That wiring just tears the monkey
Yeah, I think-
up.
Amy, I think that's the only thing I actually hate in this world is brassieres
Yeah.
and thongs.
No, yeah, fuck them.
Oh,
Fuck
God.
that. Ain't nobody got time for
Jeez.
that.
Well, actually,
That's the most
any knickers,
uncomfortable
they're
thing.
just yuck. Knickers and bras, yuck.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. And who thought of stockings and them suspender belts? Who thought of them?
Fucking
I
Susan
know.
would
They
eat
rip
you
all-
Susan.
They rip your skin apart, those rubber things.
It's true. Susan.
Susan, you dirty
You've got to be a
bastard.
masochist to keep wearing stuff like that. I mean, I get it when you're a teenager because you don't really know, but you know, when
It's
you get
terrible.
older, you go, nah, no, this don't, you know, this isn't right.
It's good for teenagers, though, to conceal their goods from nasty pervs. But yeah,
Well,
once
yeah,
you're of
I
age,
suppose.
then.
Good God. Good
cares?
God. I
It's
didn't even
true.
think like that.
Yeah.
Well, I was a youngster once with pervs around me,
Is it-
so.
Stop it.
And you
On
want-
occasion,
now
on
you
You're a
want-
occasion.
youngster. You're,
Yeah. I
and
was
now
a
you want them
youngster.
curved back.
you're a youngster.
Now I don't care. Shit.
Yeah, you want,
Give up.
come back, Perv. Come back, Perv.
Yeah.
I need you, Perv.
Stupid. Michael, shut up.
Chessboard, I see you, brother.
This is how the stream should be, where it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Oh,
That's what I've been trying to say the whole damn time, but nobody don't listen to me.
the whole damn time. So,
Oh, dear.
I'm on a bitch. I'm on a bitch.
that's
I'm
how
trying to say
my grandma
I
would
will
say it.
say this, though. I feel a lot better when I've had a good laugh with you lot.
Cool.
Do that for nothing.
That's our
Yeah.
goal.
That's right.
Yep. Hey, there's enough depression in the world. We're trying to bring happiness.
Joy
Oh,
to the
and
world,
I
Michael.
Where's
Smile
Mank's
at
link?
somebody's
Mank,
face.
put your link in the chat, please, so I can sub you and all, mate.
Mank, bear your link.
Yeah, bear your link to me, please, brother.
Your
Bear
sausage
me
link.
your link, brother.
Is that true, mate? About
No.
wearing bras? Fucking hell. That's fucking head.
Yeah. Well, that,
Wow. Holy shit.
Active
Susan.
Shooter's quiet tonight, isn't he? He's not said too much, has he?
Hmm.
Where you gone, Active Shooter? He's gone all shy on us.
Look what
He's
Susan
gone all
said.
shy on us.
Susan said
Wagon.
young wagon equal pervs. Old wagon equals exes.
You like to let your
That's
ball
brilliant.
swing, Susan.
Brilliant.
Susan says she likes to let her balls swing.
yeah.
Yes, she does.
Mank definitely needs his own channel. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Mank, you are depriving the world of all the stuff you have to offer. Think about
Fuck
it.
yeah. And then
You could
some.
post
Holy
links
shit.
and show them.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you could
Oh,
show
you
your
don't have
little
a channel?
videos. Wouldn't have to
Show your
post them
link.
on everyone's
You do have
channel.
a channel. He doesn't upload. You don't upload, mate.
Hey, Black
hey,
Step Dad.
stepdad.
Hey, Blackstep. Well, he obviously does have a channel because he's the enlightened Mank,
Right.
innit?
Chess
It doesn't mean he's got
board.
content on that channel, though.
Chess
Just because you don't
board.
upload doesn't mean shit.
Chessboard says, I was going to
Oh,
ask
yeah.
Susie
Amy,
if she would
Amy.
marry me,
are you there?
but
Or
I
you
don't
buggered off
want
again?
anyone whose balls are bigger than mine. Sorry. Sorry,
here.
Susie.
You're here. Do you like my T-shirt?
Let me see.
Apparently, B said this is right up your street. Can you see it?
Yeah, she likes all the Mark Dice
I
stuff.
can't. Almost.
It's hard to see, honey.
It says, "Why do you obey?" And it's
Oh,
got
I
a
love
sheep
that.
with a muzzle on it.
That's so cool. I love that shirt. I really do.
I've got a Royal Scammerly one with a. It's got the Queen's head on it with these tentacles like an octopus,
Awesome.
and then it says, "The Royal Scammerly, obey or die."
Brilliant. I love that.
That brings
I
up
love
a
that.
I've got a
subject
few
to
of them.
me
I've got a
that
few different ones. I've got some Mark Passio ones as well. A couple of Mark Passio ones.
I enjoy walking outside and having my beliefs on my shirt.
I have to be a bit careful with my
I do.
clients, so I didn't really wear this round because, like, she's an accountant and he's a IT salesman, and they have boxes of these PCR tests lying around the house. So I don't wear stuff like that in front of them because I probably
Yeah.
won't be working for them for too long.
That's true. That's
And I
true.
get on fine with them. They know I'm not a ring, and they also know that I don't care if they say they've got COVID and they're like, "You all right to come in?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Jesus.
I'm fine."
Can I just make a
And
comment?
I always
actually?
say to them, I respect your space. It's fine. I'll go the other end of the house and you can be that end of the house.
Just on Connor posting a link to his channel. Then Connor, nothing on you, brother, but I've decided I'm not going to promote the cult of Bigfoot anymore whatsoever. Well, I never did promote it, but I'm not going to allow it because it is a cult. It's definitely a cult. Same as I wouldn't allow someone to link to a Jesus channel. So yeah, no offense, mate, but there you go.
What about love and freedom?
Damn.
I have
Yeah.
a question for the royal
Hey.
subjects.
What's that, hun? Say that again.
What about love and freedom? Would you promote that?
No, I hate freedom. It depends what type of love. It depends what type of love.
True love, not pokey scratchy love. Caring
Oh,
for your
well,
fellow
well then
being.
no.
You know.
No, then.
Oh, all right.
For-
Okay.
No, I'm only joking.
Fine.
man. That's a joke.
Fine,
That's a
I'm
joke.
going to go and
Playing.
sulk then.
I'm playing. Anyway. Go on, Lester. What you saying?
So, what kind of trouble is Prince Andrew in over there? What's going on there?
None.
I
He's
don't know
not in
much
any
about it.
trouble.
I just know that he was trying to buy that chick off, and I don't think it went through or something. I'm not
No,
sure.
it didn't.
Yeah. The accuser. You know.
He's a dirty little boy. That's plain and simple.
Yeah, Connor, nothing on you, mate, but I've decided it's a cult. So, can't promote to Bigfoot channels anymore.
Oh.
Everyone's very confused.
That's for sure.
And I can't be irresponsible and allow that shit. So, no offense, mate, but good luck. That's it. I'm sure Lester's got some thoughts on that, but he probably don't want to get into it. But there you go, mate. I've had those thoughts very recently.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, it's a religion. You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. Everyone that's into the Bigfoot thing, it's a cult of people that want to believe so bad that they're ripe for being scammed.
Damn.
And
I'm not
have their
into the cult of
attention.
anything.
Well, like the cult of anything, exactly right. Because people want to believe in it so bad, so they end up getting drawn in.
I
And,
do find some of these things
Right,
fascinating
Susan.
and what they actually purport
It's just
to be
jealousy,
pictures
Susan.
of. That's hilarious. When you see some of the pictures and you go, what? What is that?
well, the only footage of the only thing they've got is the 1967 stuff, and it's
Susan said Littlefoot
No, there's
hates
actually
Bigfoot.
people that have taken footage of guys running through the woods in these teddy bear suits. And then,
right.
stop it.
Yeah. Well, go on, Lester. What are you saying? What are you saying?
Sorry.
Oh, Susan had it right. You're just jealous.
Well, oh yeah. What's she saying?
What are you drinking, Miss Space Kid?
Littlefoot hates
Vodka.
Bigfoot. Well,
Vodka
you know,
and the water.
I
vodka.
I don't.
Vodka
I'm a little
and
jealous.
water.
It's true. I'm a
Very
little
nice.
jealous.
See, vodka and water. See.
But I would like to get into that, Lester. What do you think of that? Because
Nice.
it is a cult. I know you've got to
In
be
my-
able. You're a sensible
You
guy.
believe
You've got to be able
direct
to see that it is a cult of people that want to believe in that so bad that they
It's
end up
true.
just, you know,
Oh, I agree. There's
LARPing
people like
a lot
that.
of the time.
Yeah.
I believe there are people like that. So
Which
you
most
be
of the
you. I'm not
community,
gonna
though,
judge
brother.
you.
It's most of the community.
No, it's not most.
Well, there's no good evidence. There's just a lot of people's own accounts where they've misfiled their experiences of strange sounds and whatever. And
I agree.
You're right. There you go. Dan.
I agree. There's a lot of that, but there's also a section that are looking for real evidence, and that aren't in that cult. They look at it as show me real shit, not fake shit.
Is Pete hangry? No, honey, that doesn't constitute as me being hangry. It constitutes to me drawing a line and not wanting to be irresponsible. And, you know, same as I wouldn't have, put it this way, hell, would I have a bunch of Christians trying to point to their Bible channel posting in my chat? No, I wouldn't put up with it.
Look, did you read
So
what
that's
Point
all.
Fire said above that, though? That's pretty fucked
Oh,
up.
I'm sorry. I'm really
let's see.
slack.
Point
I'm
Fire,
so
my
tired.
son
I'm
visited a
quite
friend during the week. The parents used a rapid test and claimed that my boy has the coof.
That's fucked.
Yeah, well, that's fucked up that
Hello,
they were allowed to do that test, mate. That's a joke. And I don't appreciate that hell. Go and make me a sandwich then, just in case. Active shooter, the
So
B
the kids
is a
got the
prepper.
flu, huh?
What? Say that again.
The kids got the cold. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got a cold, mate. Yeah, Point Fire. Your kid's got a cold. Whoopie doo dah. The bee is a prepper, that's right. Nature's own prepper. And most animals. True. Chessboard, Hiveless Bee. As a child, I dropped a brick on my foot and it got big. Does that count? Yeah, well, I believe in your swollen foot, Chessboard, more than I do Bigfoot. How about that? Little elf feet, yeah. Anyway, I wasn't trying to put it down on the chat. It's just I had a chat with a few different people behind the scenes, and that's now my position. So there you go. What do you want to talk about? I mean, surely we could have a conversation about that, though, Lester. That would be a fun conversation.
You can't go up there,
The
pussycat.
cult of Bigfoot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I
Awkward.
said, there are cults.
That's Toby, my cat.
But
I
would you
can't
know it?
disagree with you.
But would you know if you were in one? Because surely you also give your time and attention to those
Back
channels,
to front. That's
and you
weird.
too are a believer. And it's not necessarily. There just isn't quite the evidence to meet the threshold
To the mouth.
in
Can I-
It's
Can
another
I
slice of
agree?
the
in that
truth of
conviction.
pie, really, isn't it, B?
Go on, Scotty. Let's get Scotty.
It's
in.
another slice of the truth of pie, really, if you think about it.
Well, I don't think it
Oh.
constitutes. Well, there's more evidence of
Well, how can it not
UFOs, though,
constitute,
Scotty,
like
than
us talking
Bigfoot.
about the firmament, mate. Like, there are people who go, oh, yeah, they're globetards and shit too, you know? Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
but I see a positive refutation of the globe, not on the same par as a belief that this 1967 footage of Bigfoot was legit, because
Jesus.
pretty much that's what I've realized is that just because of that footage, that's created this massive cult. Doesn't mean there wasn't a myth already existing.
So active shooter, does that
Primarily,
make...
it's due to that footage.
There's
Yeah.
probably more of the footage that you haven't seen. That footage is quite long.
Well, at the
B?
very start, it looks like he's wearing trousers, so I don't think
Oh,
it's going to
that's-
suddenly
look,
not
there's
look
not
so
like
much
very
he's
crap
wearing
start.
trousers.
footage, it's unreal.
That's
Have
not
a
the very
read
start.
of active
Miss
shooters
Spacegate, can
comment.
you learn when to come in on a conversation instead of just talking over everyone? Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry. I can't help it.
It's fine.
I don't talk to many people.
I know. I can tell. No, that's a joke. I love it.
Sorry.
They believe that part of that footage, though, that apparently they'd killed the baby or something, and that was the mother. But I don't know how true that is either, because you hear that many frigging stories and that many lies, you know what I mean? And everyone's
Well,
talking about for their own benefit.
Right.
That's a
And that
67 Gremlin
conspiracy
film.
theory is.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's exactly it. It's a theory. It's a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
You don't know, do you?
No
Yep.
Bigfoot stuff or getting the wrath of B. Yes, Google moderator, exactly.
The film
go on.
is longer than you know.
Well, look, do you get my general point, though? Look, it appears...
agree.
Let me ask you this. Lester, do you believe that footage is legit?
Yep.
You
I do.
Okay, Scotty, do you believe that
seen the whole
footage is
thing.
legit?
How
I believe the
21.
footage is real. Yeah.
Okay, right. So, as far as I can tell, it's far more likely it was faked, just based on probability. For number one, it's a lot more likely it was faked. There hasn't been any subsequent films. For instance, why has he not been filmed so clearly ever since? If these guys are so elusive, so as to not leave any evidence ever, then don't you think that points to the idea that it might have been faked alone, aside from any of the problems with the footage itself?
Oh, that's true.
Thank you. So in a court of law, if we actually put it to the jury, which way would they vote? Do you think?
I'd
once
want the nut house.
Here's the one thing.
Right.
It's been scrutinized by people for 54 years. The best have tried to debunk that film. Cannot do it.
Well, that's not true though, Michael, because I'm not the best, but I can say straight away to you that what's stopping it being a bloke in a gorilla suit? I don't care if it's an impressive gorilla suit. Any claims that you didn't have access to that sort of level of costume
Can you prove
design
that?
capability.
They got all
prove
those
that?
people in years ago to check all that out, though, too, Ivy. You know what I mean? They had people that study the human body, walking and shit, and had a different gait, longer arms, and
Yeah,
I
but
don't know,
I mean,
Bigfoot
but
is a theory. You've
but
got to have more
to be fair,
relevant
they've spent fucking
evidence.
years scrutinising it, like Michael just said. So
yeah, but I don't buy that it hasn't already been debunked. I don't buy into that. I'm sure there's many people that, to their
it's
satisfaction,
like
it has been debunked.
Scientology. It's like you said, it's like the Bible, mate. Everything's going on a couple of verses here and go, oh, God's almighty, you know. So,
No, sure, and we have to apply a bit of good logic. So what do you think the likelihood of it is just being legit and real? Like, for instance, to do with the human proportionality aspect of it, humans come in all sorts of weird, strange shapes and sizes, and I know there was a guy at the time that had a relationship with, I think, the people that had made had the
Bob
encounter
Haramis.
that looked
Bob
like he could have
Haramis.
been wearing the suit, for instance.
Okay.
yeah, man.
If that was true, why does his son investigate Bigfoot right now?
Well, because it's a major grift, and maybe he's cashing in, mate. I don't know, but the point is, look, for me, I think if I said this to you before, Lester, if you're not at least 50-50 about it, at least,
Bon
then
appetit, mate.
you're already sort of out on a limb, because there's no reason why it shouldn't have been fraudulent. It was very well done. I'm not saying it wasn't well done, but there's been no subsequent sighting that's at all as impressive, and you would expect there to have been at least a few other ones that were as good. And we live in the age of the camera phone and whatnot. Why can no one catch a better glimpse still?
Sure.
So there's a lot of things that ride in against that footage. In that sense, so for me, anyone who just positively believes that it was legit, you know, of course they're going to believe the sorts of lines that say that's been 50 years or 60 years not yet debunked, and therefore it's you know, of course they're going to go more for that sort of line. You know what I mean? Because they want to believe. What did I just say? The cult of Bigfoot is. It's the cult of people that want to believe a fantasy that they got brought up on, that their parents taught them about. That's very likely bullshit at the end of the day. There's just not enough evidence. There's only that video and then a lot of bollocks, as far as I'm concerned. So, and people's own filing of their own events as it comes to, you know, you can't trust that shit. You know, you can only trust that shit so far. But like I say, when you got people that want to believe it, then a fucking bear in the woods is Bigfoot. You know what I mean? There's a lot of that. You just admitted that there's a lot of that. So it all comes down to that footage, doesn't it? And what was it filmed on? It was filmed on quite a nice camera, wasn't it?
At the time, it was the best on the market.
Now, how is it that they had easy access to the best in the market? What's the plausible story there? How is it they had the
He
best
owned
in the
millions of
market?
dollars
camera?
worth of machinery at the time as well, so he had money.
Rented the camera and never paid for it.
Oh, that's good that he rented the camera. Was he actually hunting Bigfoot or not?
Wow.
Actually, yeah, because there was
There you go.
footprints
There you go,
spotted
guys.
in the area.
Is it starting to sound a bit stupid now, maybe? That he was already out there looking for him, and he was the one that captured it? Yeah, how often does that
But there
fucking
was
happen?
damage reported to his machinery. That's why he started filming.
Well, I'm sure he had a decent enough story since he put the effort in faking the damn thing, Scotty. So I wouldn't say that. I'm saying to you, on the face of it, it's at least a little questionable that he had the best camera, was out following tracks apparently of Bigfoot, and they actually witnessed Bigfoot. How often has that happened since?
Well, probably hasn't.
Nada, exactly. Looks to me like it was faked. Looks to me like a cult generated around it. And like I said at the start of the footage, if you look at the legs, it looks like, and the arse, it looks like padding, and it looks like trousers. So, but people looking with a critical eye, and you should start there. You should try and refute it more than you should be convinced in it, because that's what someone who's actually after the facts of the matter would do. So for me, there's a cult formed around that video that's unhealthy and not good, and so that's my position now. There you go. You can
I've
disagree
never
with me,
really
it's
looked at
fine.
the stuff that much, but I get where you're coming from.
Right, and I'm not going to hold it against anyone, but I am going to start to be the sensible voice that says it's a cult, because there's not enough evidence. There's more evidence for UFOs than Bigfoot, like by far.
I've seen plenty.
Orders of magnitudes more, and I still don't believe that they're aliens in a craft. You know what I mean?
They're not necessarily aliens, but I've certainly seen craft that ain't
Right.
from here.
Well,
the way
and there's
they
a lot,
move.
but here's how it works, because you might catch a glimpse of yourselves by looking at that sort of bit of the, that truth world, or what you want it, that slice of the pie, Scotty, or whatever. That people who see UFOs now believe it's necessarily aliens. You know, it's that kind of thing. Same as if they see something in the woods, they believe it's Bigfoot. It's like, how about humans start to admit to themselves that they're not very good at filing their own experiences, and they love to get in cults all the fucking time. I know few people that aren't in society is a fucking cult. There's few people not in one that aren't ideological, I should say.
But
So there
what
you
is
go,
the
man.
true definition of
You're
cult?
pretty wise and pretty deep.
The true
B.
definition of thank you, Annie. The true definition of cult is religious group that believe in strange ideas. Essentially, that is the official definition. But you could just leave it at religious group, because who decides an idea is strange? So any sort of belief that a religious group means a sort of automatic or dogmatic belief in a positive belief in something, or a positive affirmation about something. So Bigfoot is real. That's if you like Bigfoot is real. That's a belief based on.
Well,
Well,
unless
it
you
seems
see it
like
with your own
one
eyes.
film actually.
Yeah.
A belief based on one faked film.
Yes.
Likely faked film, I should say. And I'm not even saying Bigfoot, it doesn't exist, but I'll tell you, I've seen them. I've seen the groups. I've seen the channels that are milking that shit. I've seen the scammers. And you know what you become when you allow yourself to sort of enter into a sort of want to believe, let's say. So Scotty, it's one thing thinking it's probably real or possibly real, but if you want to believe in it, then you find yourself believing all sorts of scammers. It means that you may put yourself up to be vulnerable to being scammed.
Oh, B, you're the exact fucking
Yeah.
same. So.
No,
Well,
I'm
you
not.
mean
I'm not the exact fucking
transport
same,
type
Lester, at all.
guys?
Am I?
You are. You are.
I'm really
you
not,
believe
man.
you believe in certain shit that everyone else thinks bullshit.
No, well,
Putting
no,
what you
no.
do with your channel is all on you. That's up to you. I will not judge you one bit.
Right,
But-
but I'm just saying it's not there's no equivalency to draw there, brother, and I've made it very careful not to, for
Well,
that.
he's being
That I'm not in a
serious.
cult of any sort, brother.
He's
I'm
not
just
doing-
You're in the
JTB.
flat Earth cult.
No, I'm not. Do you not listen to me, Lester?
No,
Everyone
he's not.
who's ever heard me talk about my refutation of the globe Earth, I've never claimed it was necessarily flat. Actually, I think you'll find I don't do that for a reason.
Well,
because I'm not
I've
in
never
a group.
heard you go into details.
Brother, how
about
could you
it. I
claim?
just
Let me
don't
tell you
wanna
this.
talk-
Could you tell me I'm in a flat Earth cult or group when I don't even
Because that's what
associate
you
with?
say. You
No,
say
I don't associate with
you
any
talk
group.
about the ball.
Do
You
I
say
associate with
the
any
ball.
group? Do I associate with any group to do with
I
flat
believe in
Earth?
flat Earth.
Do I associate with any
Not
group
from what
to
I
do with
can
flat Earth?
see.
No, of course not. And my refutation of the globe was very carefully done. And honestly, mate, if you
what
meditate
you're
on
doing
it,
right
you'll realize-
what you're doing right now
right?
is throwing me, Scotty, and Michael into a box where we actually, all three of us, follow people that are out there investigating, trying to collect DNA evidence, trying to prove the existence of it. We're not out there watching channels like Scott Carpenter or these guys
Steve
that
Isdale.
we're not out there
They're
watching the
monetized
cult
and crap.
shit.
Yeah, it's all
We're out
fucking
there
bullshit.
watching the people that are actually trying to collect the evidence to send in to prove it exists. That's not a cult.
Well, no, but the cult bit of it is that you already positively believe in his existence.
And I said 95%.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
open
you're
to
not.
the possibility. It's like the Tartarian Truthers movement, you know, like.
Right, and I get
There's
the
a lot
impression
You got to be
more
open minded
evidence
to
of
everything these
Tartaria,
days because
though.
it's all a fucking
There's, like,
lie.
whole maps and buildings and stuff.
Sure. Well,
There's quite a lot of
I mean, shit, it
evidence for
covers every
Tartaria.
continent,
Well, let me-
you know? Like, we've got stories over here in Australia. We got
Huge.
places that we
Yeah,
won't stop
Tartaria
in
was
trucks, for
everywhere,
fuck's
man.
sake, near forests
Everywhere,
because of that
totally.
reason. It's a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how real it is, but it's definitely a thing.
well, let
I
me
think it's all stolen. All stolen.
to respond to Lester anyway
Sorry.
on that point. No, you're right. Lester, you're 95% sure Bigfoot exists, and my point to you is that there's a lot of people with, you know, differing percentage surety in Bigfoot's existence within the group, within the community, and a lot of the people's attention is going over to those sorts of channels and whatnot, and the search for some positive evidence of its existence, to sort of validate something people already have a positive belief in. And I'm saying that makes them supple for being taken advantage of by people that would essentially, even just getting your attention on a channel where they're talking about it is sort of a way of capitalizing on your want to believe in that stuff, if you think about it, because you're still giving all your time and attention to something that actually there's very little evidence of the existence of. Well, there is little existence.
Stop and think about
little
it.
evidence.
Stop and think about it.
I have.
If I committed a freaking murder and Michael saw me do it,
Right.
his testimony could put me in prison.
But you'd still need a dead body and a weapon.
True.
There's no dead body or weapon.
And there'd have to be some evidence also on
Eyewitness
him.
accounts are enough to put people in prison.
We'd still need a missing person. Right now, we've got a missing
That has nothing to
AP
do with
looking
it.
thing. It
We have
does though, because you don't even you
Tens of
can't.
thousands of stories, and a lot of them go back hundreds of years.
Let me try this from a different angle.
They didn't sit by one guy didn't sit by a campfire 200, 500 years ago and make up this story, and
Bro.
all of a sudden, all these people in the world have the same
People
story.
make up stories all the time, Scotty, as you well know, in the Bigfoot community. So actually, people are liars
there's
and
a lot of
scammers.
bullshit.
Make up stories all the time everywhere.
I'm not saying they're all right. If one of them's right,
Yeah, but what if the main one that produced the main evidence was a scammer? That's the problem you have. That's my point. You should be careful. That's all. I love you.
No.
I just want people to be careful.
no, I'm saying the stories. Folklore has something to
But
it.
my point
on
to you is
everything.
that my point to you is that look, I don't know about the tales pre the there's a lot of folklore that you would agree was bollocks as well, though, Lester, isn't there? By the way,
Yeah, sure.
There are a lot of stories out there that are bullshit. It's
you
the
go.
same with the same with
you can't
UFOs.
prove which ones are bull and which ones are true, though.
I know, and the only reason that
believe
there's so
nothing,
much-
question everything.
well, the only reason that there's so much energy gone over to the Bigfoot in particular was that footage from 1967
Yeah,
watched on lots of
remember.
watched on shit TV screens for most of the time, and
It was
only
so blurry as well.
right, and only aired when it was aired at the time. You know, so it would capture a lot of people's imagination. Most of
Yeah.
that generation would have grown up believing it was real after seeing that shit for sure. You know,
Actually, it was shown in movie theaters to begin with in the high def
Right.
form. The best
Right.
form there was. When it's shown on TV, it was a lower quality film.
fair enough.
And yeah, it did intrigue a lot of people. I mean,
They didn't show it in
It's
Britain,
thanks
man.
it's thanks to that the Bigfoot
America.
community is so engaged It's thanks to that footage. It really is primarily, as far as I'm concerned.
Like I've told you, I'm not out here to tell anyone to believe it exists. I'm not trying to convince anyone.
No, but I'm here to tell you might be in a cult.
I'm telling you I'm not in a cult.
But everyone in a cult says they're not in a cult, don't they?
Well, I got a little higher IQ than that.
Okay, well, this is a cult. We're creating a cult here, by the way.
Well, no, we're not. Well, we are if people believe in it and make me Jesus.
It's the cult of B.
But no, listen. I'm not singling you out. I'm not interested in singling anyone out, mate. I'm just playing. But I'm just saying. I'm really just saying that I've realised that whole community, for the lack of evidence, it's kind of shocking to me the level of engagement and want to believe. Because
and I can understand why you would think that. I've agreed with you all.
Yeah.
No, right, man. Well, for me, I'm just.
I don't agree with you telling me I'm in a cult because I know how to separate myself from the bullshit.
Well, I'm saying you're in a cult of wanting to believe in Bigfoot. That's my claim. What do you think of that? You're in a cult of wanting to believe, and that you can therefore get taken advantage of. That your attention will be drawn to channels that are talking about seeking evidence to find it, which they never ever find. They never find anything.
We'll see.
We'll see, will we? Well, look, how about by now, 50 years later, we won't see? How about we start to apply some human logic to the problem, realize we were not going to see shit because it ain't there? How about that?
That may be the truth.
It seems to be the truth so far, and so you might as well...
So far, you're right. That's why I say you cannot... No one can debate the Bigfoot subject and be on the side of Bigfoot. It's impossible.
Respect. Well, let's get Michael in on this because I know Michael's got some thoughts on this. I'd like Michael to be maybe you could play the role of a middle ground here, Michael, because I know Michael knows what I'm basically saying, but he's also understands the community very well and whatnot. I'd like to get your thoughts.
Yeah. Well, as far as the cult thing, I just I disagree with that because it's not as much. It's not a worship. You know, nobody said Bigfoot's going to save me and take me to a higher place to be or whatever.
That's a straw man. That's not what I said. I said a cult of wanting to believe in something.
No. Okay.
It is that, though. It is that. How many people over in all the channels don't fit that description?
Let me put it this way to you, and you might agree with me here. Okay.
Right.
Back when I was a kid, there was no sightings of UFOs around my area. No one believed in it. Okay. You might see something in the trash newspapers, like National Enquirer or something, Bigfoot come down and then UFO and stole my baby, something like that, But I seen lights in the night sky that just didn't compute to me. So I believed in UFOs at a very young age. That was a belief which seems to now becoming true. With the Tic Tac videos and the gimbal.
Do you actually think that aliens are real then, therefore, you mean?
I didn't say aliens.
But good.
Spacecraft.
Yeah. So there definitely there are unidentified flying objects. Yeah,
they could be silicone robots. Well,
the one thing with the UFO,
the future coming back,
right?
Exactly.
You wouldn't know. You can't
it could be us.
No, but the one thing you can So the one thing I will concede on that front, the UFO thing. The one thing that's undeniable is there are UFOs. You see, that's the difference. There are UFOs. We don't know if they're military. Most likely military and stuff.
They weren't when I was a kid.
No, but my point, but of course, technology has advanced and whatnot. But the point, in fact, that'd be even more evidence. Yeah, that'd be more evidence for it being military.
That tech
the truth
already?
is evidently coming out.
That it's military, you mean?
Did they have that tech already? Like a long time ago.
Well, what's the bigger point then, Lester? What's the bigger point?
The bigger point is the belief was there, and it actually is coming to truth now.
Yeah, but it's not that they're aliens. It's not that it's aliens.
I'm 1 for 2 here.
Well, no,
I've never said aliens. I never said. Right. I said UFOs.
Yes. So my point to you is that look, there's always been unidentified flying objects for the general populace because for at least the last 50 years, at least, because there's been for that long there's been strange military experiments and whatnot. And you're right. There's probably many more sightings these days. what isn't coming out is that they're legitimate alien technology. It appears most likely that it's military experimentation and stuff, you know.
I have no idea on that. I just know that
Well, that's the most
people
plausible
are taking it
explanation,
serious now.
but I don't know. That's the most plausible explanation. I'm just saying that I think most people. Well, who knows? But my point to you is that there's a whole contingent of alien believers that will see a UFO and automatically assume that it's alien, and it validates their worldview. And my point to you is that, well, at least in the UFO world, we can agree there are UFOs. In the Bigfoot world, we can't quite agree that there's a Bigfoot. In fact, the best evidence there is the 1967 footage, and there is major disputes around the validity of that footage. I mean, some people in the Bigfoot community positively agree that that's bunk. In fact, Michael, did you say you think it's real, M, or not? I can't remember. I think you said it was real, didn't you?
Bigfoot?
No, the footage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The Patterson Gimlin, I believe it's real.
All right. How many people in the chat think the Patterson Gimlin footage is real? 1 for real, 2 for fake. The 1967 footage of Bigfoot. 1 is real, 2 fake. I want to see what the chat thinks. But my point, Lester, is cults can form around anything. And look, if you've got a bias where you want to kind of believe something's true, and I have to be careful not to fall in here, because we all have to be our own guide. But my point is just, well, I've already said it to you. There's a cult of people wanting to believe, giving all their time and attention. And look, I appreciate the chat spaces are a nice place to hang out, but I don't know why they have to hang out necessarily.
1.99. I like that, Raymond.
Okay. So what we got Miss Space Cake says fake. I suppose I should give a fake.
Raymond says 1.99.
That's funny, Raymond. Very funny.
Jim says 3.
That's a good answer, actually, Raymond.
says 69.
And
that's 77.
Hobbs is 3.
L21.
21.
You're just going to get silly
here you
answers.
go. Well, listen, Enlightenment has a question for the panel. Hi, I have a question for the panel. Where is Sasquatch's big shits in the woods? No turds, aka no truth. Maybe to make truthers seem like fools.
There's bound to be poo around, isn't there? Everything poos.
Right. So I don't know how to comment to that, Mank, but thank you.
Right, but here's the thing about it.
Go on, Em.
Thanks, Mank. That's perfect.
In nature, do you believe it? Go back into primitive times. Do you believe in cavemen and everything like that?
I don't know I don't know what I think. There appears to be evidence of skeletons and stuff that would corroborate that. Yes, I don't know if there necessarily are missing ancestral link or whatever to, I think there are missing links to sort of, join humans to those.
Right.
Those remains or whatever. But I don't know what I think in terms of the evolution thing, but I definitely know that there are apparently fossils. Yeah. Well, that's some people base it on that and say this is some form like that. They want to believe that. Other people believe that it's a primate, a North American primate. But in nature, a lot of things are possible, and there are places in America where there are vast expanses of woods where this thing can possibly live. Now, I've never seen any phenomena where this many people were liars. So, that's not much. That's not fact or whatever. I have, Michael.
I
have major religions.
Yeah.
There you go. Sorry,
Yeah.
People believe a bunch of shit all the time.
No offense, Michael, but I tend to stand with B on that.
No. Hey, I'm not that way about it.
That's what you call a true conspiracy when there's that many involved.
Yeah.
Chessboard says Hiveless B, a painting in 1561, Nuremberg, was about UFOs, and painting for thousands of years had UFOs doesn't make it fact. I don't know what I think about that, but I am aware that there are images that seem to depict UFOs rather than aircraft.
There's coins with UFOs on them.
That's right. I don't know what I think about that, but that's true, brother. Yeah.
In my own defense, there is a test going on shortly, and if the results don't come in, and they actually do get an unknown DNA sample, I'll be totally 100% the opposite.
What does that mean? As in, you'll push back on that?
Yeah, I'll think it's all fake.
Yeah. No, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to accuse you of.
I'm open-minded. I can have a humor about it.
No, I know, and most. I know that, brother, and Brandy and Michael and Scotty. Well, not that, but I'm just saying that I get it. It's when I say there's a sort of cult. Let's put it that way. There's a cult formed around it, though, that one has to. I'm advising that one ought to maybe be careful that they don't fall into, which is wanting to believe so much that they put people they shouldn't do on pedestals that are gonna apparently go and find the evidence and prove to them the existence, and really all you're doing is giving arseholes your attention, or even well-meaning people your attention that's undue. And I'm saying, why is that a problem, especially with this particular paranormal phenomena, that there's not quite the threshold, if you're just thinking really clearly about it, that's met for evidentially. There's just not. It's just one video really, and a lot of claims that are crap. Yeah. So that's my point to you, brother. That's all I wish you the best. I wish everyone the best. I'm only saying this because I actually think it's useful, but I'm not going to lazily give my support to that crap anymore.
And I don't blame you for not doing it.
Thanks, brother. Thank you.
As far as the facts go, anything proven is. I mean, you don't have the daggone proof. And that's one thing that's going against it, but
but
that's
the only thing. Let's all believe in Bigfoot, guys.
Okay,
evidence. That's my point. Who believes in something that doesn't exist? Christians. There you go. That's what. So I'm just saying, careful that you don't become a part of a cult. That's all I'm saying. Listen, I'm not saying you are in one. I'm just saying most of the community is kind of set up like a cult. That's what I'm trying to say. Really, I mean it. I do.
I'm a mud flutter that lives in a firmament, and I believe that Bigfoot could be out there fucking hiding somewhere.
Well, that's fair enough, Scotty, and I'm not taking that away from it at all. I'm just saying that, you know me, Scotty. I don't claim that we definitely live in a firmament or a flat Earth thing. I think it's possible, but I definitely know it's not a globe, and that's where I plant my flag, brother, because I want to be careful not to believe something that might be wrong. If you see what I'm saying. So.
Yeah.
That's right then. Sorry for getting a bit edgy on that, but you know what I mean? Is everyone happy?
You know what you just made me do, B? You made me wedge my freaking grinder up. I was so intense listening to that. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing.
You'll be smoking plastic, Miss Space Cake.
No, it's right. I've got some more here. It just means I've got to wait until this is cold and then I can...
Right. Sorry about that. Use a needle.
No, it's all right. I'll just use a different grinder.
All right. Are we cool? Lester, are we cool, brother?
Yeah.
Good. I'm just checking. Michael, sorry. People,
like ice water, baby. I'm like ice water, baby.
Yeah, cool as a ice water cucumber.
But if folk can't handle this kind of a discussion, then they shouldn't really be here, should they?
Yeah, to be fair, you know what, Lester, I'm quite happy to have this discussion, mate, because it is one that needs to be had, isn't it? I don't hear any voices within the community. In fact, I don't mean to have it again, but I'll say this and just shut up afterwards. But there's no voices in the community of everyone that's benefiting from that, you know, the people's desire to want to believe in it or find evidence of it. Who's going to come out and say this is probably bollocks, guys? We're wasting our time, and it's this. You know, we're in a cult. I think shit, guys. I think we're in a cult.
Definitively that it doesn't exist either.
Well, no, and I don't say that, Scotty. I don't say that, brother. You know,
I got one for Scotty.
It's like ghosts. It's like ghosts.
Scotty, in your country, you don't have bears and stuff like that. So tell me what could be confused to be a yowie or a brown jack over there. What could they be confusing this with?
I have no idea, but apparently they're bipedal, they're 10 feet tall, and they're interstate truck drivers like myself that will not stop in certain parts of Australia at night because of the stories that come with these fucking areas. And
see, I know there are plenty of lies
mate. The stories come from better men than me that don't want to believe in this shit, but don't stop anyway. So
That
Yep.
yeah.
It makes you wonder. It
Yeah.
fucking makes you wonder.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm trying to say when not everybody can be a liar. And I know all the distrustful people. I saw Big Jim shot me that one there about Congress or whatever it was there. I got a little bit flustered on that reading it. But
I'm hung up on this enlightened Mank thing at the moment. Actually, Conor McKeag, sorry. That's just fuck yeah. I want to go check that out so bad.
There are credible people that didn't believe in Bigfoot that have had eyewitness interaction with it. So, I mean, I weigh it out and I say, hey, I see a truckload of bullshitters coming and I call them bullshitters, no matter what subject we're on. But,
and not everyone's out to get money from it. Not everyone's out for the fame either. There are that many people that call in with like anonymous stories and shit. So,
right.
Well,
I can understand Miss Space Cake and Pete. I understand your view on it as not believing because, hey, if you look at it and say, where's the evidence? Well, hey, we don't have a very good a leg to stand on, a film, one film, so I understand that. But I'm just saying,
but I get
nature,
the legends though, Michael. I get that there's legends that go way back.
Yeah, I do too. But it kind of is, nowadays it's transcended beyond legends and stuff. I mean, the sightings that people, like I say, people that are they don't even care about it, have interactions with it. And it seems like it's in certain places where there's big expanses of woods, like Washington State's one. Canada is a very strong place for it. Just different places like that. And I know in nature, I've seen stuff in nature, and in nature, dealing with animals and stuff like that, I say anything is possible. And
absolutely. No, I mean, I agree.
But in my opinion, that a lot of people tend not to believe with this, but the Gigantopithecus, they've already found fossil remains of that coming on the other side of the ice bridge, crossing from Siberia or whatever. And very well, it could have migrated over from that and came over from that. But that's just speculation once again.
So, like you said, there could be a large primate there, in those regions.
Well, yeah, but people don't like to hear. Some people don't like to hear that school of thought about a primate.
Because what that reminded me of was kind of gorilla-like, but upright.
Exactly.
So it looked more like a primate than it did
people hate to hear that.
Bigfoot. Sorry? People don't want to hear that. Yeah, well, obviously.
They don't want to say it's a big monkey. They would rather believe it's something like a
interdimensional being.
Yeah. Some say
it up to be something it ain't, basically.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is I'm just trying to go by the facts on stuff like the Gigantopithecus, even though it's not what some people like to believe it is, but there is stone cold evidence of this thing existing. And if everything else at this time, when they found the Gigantopithecus fossils or remains, everything was migrating across that land bridge. So if you found stuff on the other side of the land bridge, wouldn't it lead you to believe that the climate was pushing everything across? So I say there's a possibility that it came through, and that's my story about it, But
that makes way more sense than a lot of stories I've heard.
Well, thank you.
Well, I'll say this in response to M. I don't say that it's definitely non-existent. Anyway, my point is that even something that exists, like I don't say that Jesus wasn't a real person. By the way, what I don't think Jesus was the Messiah and only Son of God. And even a lot of Christians would agree with me on that, but the point, but a lot wouldn't. But my point is that you can still create a cult around Jesus, a positive belief that he's necessarily either magical or special or the Messiah or whatever. So even if Bigfoot's real, my point is that there's not yet enough sufficient evidence. I'm speaking to the community directly here. There's not yet sufficient evidence to justify the amount of energy being poured into trying to find him and find evidence of him, right? Because it always turns up. It always turns up nothing. So my point is it's still possible to create a cult around that, and it's a cult, as I said, of people who want to believe. Right, that's it. That's all I'm saying. And you have to be careful, you guys in the Bigfoot community, that you don't. Well, you can do what you want,
Get
obviously,
sucked
but
into something.
get sucked into sort of giving all your time and energy, and at the end of the day, into a
And don't give
LARP, a
money.
live action role play. You know, you don't want to be LARPers, do you? Because most of the Bigfoot community is just a LARP fest. Because it just is. But I love you, and I wish you all well. Do what you want. You know.
Will you
You're
hold
just
me?
not
All I can take away from this really at the moment is, like,
What?
especially with a couple of people in chat, is you believe what I tell you. You're right. We're cool. You go outside of that boundary, and you're a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, in the chats. That's right. In the
That's what I'm
Bigfoot
fucking
chats.
noticing.
I didn't realise
It's
Blake
not
was
even
right.
about. It's no longer about Bigfoot. It's like, well,
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
And that's true
That's
cult.
shit.
That's true cult behavior, Scotty. You know that. If you're not a true believer or believe enough, then you sort of get
or
ousted.
if you believe in something that I don't, well, fuck you type of attitude.
Thank you.
That's
So
what
we
I'm
should
noticing,
be able to have this conversation where I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. But my point is that even within the community, this should be part of the conversation if you want to be scientific
You've got to
about
be
it.
open-minded.
Because you've got to be open-minded to the possibility that the Bigfoot phenomena is primarily one of humans wanting to believe in something and not filing their experiences properly. It actually could be that,
The
If you
biggest
want to talk
problem
about a
with
cult,
Well, go on, Michael first, and then Lester. Michael first.
if you want to
Go on.
talk about a cult, you can make a cult out of anything you want to.
The purple M.
Tell me,
The purple
tell
M.
me about Hell's Angels.
Basically.
Yes.
Tell me about
exactly.
biker gangs.
Exactly.
And I mean, I'm not throwing off on biker gangs. That's just an example.
Well, that started in '67. He got beaten up in a pub, and all of a sudden, boom, he put a gang together, so it'd never happen again. And worldwide phenomenon now. So we've got them over here as well. Like,
But I mean, but hey, tell me a number of followers, and if they unite, tell me the strength in their numbers. So is that not a cult? Is that not a cult?
It is. Yep.
And
Exactly.
if you ain't worshiping them bikes, you ain't damn far from it. If you ain't worshiping them bikes, I love bikes, my damn self.
Well, like I
but,
say, society is a cult as well. So look at the word culture. Culture. It is. It's society, a belief in that particular power structure and the way of doing things and the worldview and the cosmology, Scotty, and of the universe and everything. It's all a cult. It's not because it's true that people believe it most of the time when it comes to societal norms and shit. It's not even that it's beneficial. It's just they believe it because they were taught it and they've never challenged it.
Hell 21 is starting the cult. Hell 21 starting the shovel cult, and Colin Barrett is first member.
Shovel cult, I joined. That's funny, Colin. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's good.
Oh, the damn shovel. That was cool.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to turn into a pumpkin, and I've got work in the morning, so...
Well, you know what, Miss Space Cake, yeah, I didn't engage you as much as I really wanted to. I should have done,
no, that's all right. I'm really tired anyway.
Right.
And I would love to stay, but I'm just looking at the time. I'll stay another little bit longer, and then I'm going to...
You play this game with us quite often. We know you're not leaving.
I mean, I'm not starting work early, but it's not, I don't want to be completely knackered.
Well,
hey, we love the time you've been here.
Well, should we do this? Shall I just go for another 10 minutes and close it down? Because it's been a good couple of hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Nice one. All right.
But
I'll sit it out.
All right. Well, should we say? Actually, let's just say this another half an hour, because then we could sort of get into a nice chat and sort of climb.
Let me go
down
and
off
have a
this
pee,
one.
and then I'll be back. I'm just going to mute myself. Yes. You don't want to hear me peeing.
Well, I don't know about that. A few people in chat might want to hear.
I'll mute you. There you go. I've muted her. Sorry, shooter. Well, all right. Or did you actually want to make some points about that more, Lester, or have you said everything you want to say? Or actually, no, Lester wanted to make a point. Sorry, didn't you, mate? What did you want to say?
My point is YouTube and making money off of the subject. That is the biggest problem.
Well, the biggest problem is people giving their attention to it, though. in my opinion. So I sort of agree with you.
Well, that's it. People need to figure out who's in it to make money and who's in it for the actual research.
At least, brother, I at least agree with that way of looking at it. But I'd go one further, and you don't necessarily agree with this, I guess. But I'd say people need to check why it is they want to have it proven anyway, and look at themselves a bit, because it's mainly because they believe it exists and they want to have it proven. Let's just say this: if anyone ever finds a body, you'll find out about it, but you don't have to necessarily be all about it. You see what I'm saying? You'll find out when it happens, but until then, it might not exist, and you might be giving all your time to something that doesn't exist. You at least have to admit yourself that it might not exist. Well, I know you do, because you say you're 95% sure. That's a little high for me, but that's up to you. But,
well, truthfully, okay, when you ask me about Bigfoot, I talk to you as a friend, telling you yes, I believe in it, and you ask me questions as a friend. And I discussed it with you and why I believe this percent, why I believe that percent. No here or there, but I never expected you to call me out on it on your stream.
Well, sorry if there's hard feelings, mate, with that. I didn't really mean to do it, but
there is a way, as friends to talk things through, like we did, and then we agreed.
Well, all right, you know what? I'll concede. You know what? You're exactly right.
Fine. On it.
Well, let me concede that you are right. Okay, because I got a little bit. I've been getting cheesed off about it the last couple of days because I've been sort of floating in some of those streams and hearing a bit more about it, and I sort of got my thoughts straight about it, what I think, and I do think there's a cult around it. And it came up today, and the reason it came up, don't forget, just so you know, Lester, it wasn't about you. It's because Connor just linked to his channel, promoting his channel, and I actually deleted his comment. That's why this came up, and I was letting him know why I deleted his comment, because I don't want to promote Bigfoot channels, same as I wouldn't want to promote Jesus channels. I might make an exception for Bigfoot skeptic channels, and that may or may not include Lockbeard, because I like the guy, or whatever. But I think people positively pushing a bunch of stuff that they can't validate, it's just mainly belief based. Like I say, I like the clear level refutation of things, or whatever. I don't like it when people are just asserting a bunch of crap. So I'm just cutting an association there. I don't want to tolerate that shit, same as I wouldn't tolerate Nazi cultism. I don't want to tolerate Bigfoot cultism. And me and you might not have meditated on it and realized there is a cult around it. It sounds like you do kind of see what I'm saying with that, though, I think.
I believe there's a big section that is a cult.
Well, I'm wondering, yeah.
I agree with you 100% there, but I don't think it all is a cult. And that's where I think me and you part ways on this.
I think that is
you think everyone does, and I think a majority does.
Well, let's put it this way. I think if you're lighthearted and you're not all about it, and you're willing to sort of be shown the evidence, but you don't already know either way, that's a sensible designation. Open-mindedness is great. I don't know it's not true. Let's just say that. So I'm there already.
It's like the sorry.
Oh no, that's all I was going to say, mate. And I suppose I'll leave it there because I've already made the points. Go on, Scotty. What are you saying?
Oh, it's the same here. It's like Tartarian truth. There's certain people I will not follow because they piggyback off other people and steal their ideas for monetized theories. There's other people that put forward their own theories that are really good that I believe in. It's the same with this community, like there are some I will not follow or refuse to follow for the fact that they're only in it for the numbers, they're in it for the money, and they're glory hounds. That's shit.
Right on, brother. But I see some people that you might not put in that category that kind of are in a similar category, or maybe a secondary category, that truly do believe what they're doing, and they believe in the cause. But even in that sense, there's a lot of people that are floating around that are sort of, it's like the chat space and a whole, you can create whatever channel you want, I guess, but it's all centered around a positive belief in the existence of this creature, for which there's very little evidence of, and that much we can all agree on. And like I say, there's varying degrees of conviction about his existence pre the evidence coming in. And for me, as long as you could sort of be level with that, then cool. But I just see most of what the engagement entails looks to me like cult behavior. That's all I'm saying. But we can.
Well, look at what happened last night on my stream. to plug my stream from last night, which was awesome.
It was.
I showed a video, and
Especially that tall Australian guy. He did pretty good.
He did.
Yeah.
This guy.
I wanted you in there for your opinion on the video.
Yes.
And what was the consensus of that video from everyone?
That it was
Fake.
fake. Yeah.
So, and these are people that think it could exist.
Yes. Well, I'm all for think it could exist for sure. The bit where I say it moves into cult territory, brother, is where it moves from think it could exist to wanting it to exist, for wanting it to exist, brother. Because a lot of what we do is we want to validate what we already believe. So if you already positively believe in his existence, then you're going to take most evidence. And I know the point you're making, brother, that in that case you weren't going to allow something that didn't meet the threshold or the bar to make you look like a fool, or to put your belief behind or say it was legit, right? And I get it. That means you are more level than a lot of people, let's say. But my point remains, Lester, to you, that just, well, you do what you want. I'm not trying to single you out. I'm just saying that, okay, I won't single anyone out. I'm just saying that in general, most of the composition of that community, like probably with a lot of Truthford's topics, honestly, is people wanting to believe things and validating each other's strange experiences, and it's a LARP fest and all that. That's all I'm saying. But look, if you have fun in the chat space, it's fine. But why give your attention to people that I don't think they're being responsible humans in perpetuating this, what I am calling a cult of wanting to believe, for the most part. I'm repeating myself now, so I'll shut up. But that's my position. But Lester, in terms of me and you and hard feelings and friendship and stuff, I do apologise if it seemed like I was singling you out, or even if I did single you out in any way. It's just the way the conversation went, but it wasn't meant to be personal in any way. So I do apologise, brother.
Not a problem.
Thanks, man.
I just wanted to bring that out. That's all.
No, and I respect you for owning that, because yeah, there was a bit of that, and you know what it's like when you get a little bit heated about a thing. It's like sometimes you can go in a bit heavy and carelessly. So I do apologise for the no warning. This was meant to be a nice vibe Friday night thing. Like I said, I didn't expect to be deleting one of Connor's links of him.
But to get heated about
I can understand why you would get upset. I would be upset too if people jumped into my stream and just started posting links.
Okay, you get it. All right, that's all that happened.
Yeah.
And then what happened, just so you know, Lester, I felt the imposition of having to explain that then, and I didn't feel particularly comfortable doing it. And even, that's why Hell was saying, is he hangry? Well, no, I was just trying to find a way to express what I needed to say, because I didn't really...
I still like Connor, though. Connor Flynn's cool, man.
Yeah.
But I understand it, and, I even feel uncomfortable when my stream is talked about in a chat. Mm-hmm. Of someone else's. Okay. So I would never have balls enough just to post my link in someone's chat. That would be...
It is a bit of bold, isn't it? I mean, to be fair to Connor, I think I've given him full permission in the past to do it, though. So, yeah, that's okay. All. It's just I've had a change of heart about it. So nothing on him. But that's why I felt like... I
shouted you out last night, Lester.
No.
Oh, I appreciate it. But I even had a hard time. Michael asked me about my stream, and he hauled around about it because I just don't feel comfortable talking about it on someone else's stream. And
but
I appreciate the shout outs and stuff. I do.
Well, then, B, you need to tell about Lester's stream tomorrow night then, or whatever. Somebody.
Well, is he happy for me to do it? Well, Lester, as I said, actually, can I do that? Yeah. We were thinking of doing this sort of coordinated thing tomorrow, where I do a stream tomorrow evening, and I think then Lockbeard, like I said, probably the only channel that's Bigfoot related. Well, and Lester's that I might promote, mainly because it's more about the chat in general, and it's not all about that sort of stuff. But my point being that I think, Lester, you've organised a show for After Lockbeards, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, and we're all going to hang out there and have a chat.
And my show is not Bigfoot. My show is about hanging back, joking around, having fun.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I'd feel quite happy promoting that stuff and being there and everything. So everyone, Well, I'll tell you about it tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. I'm just putting the idea in people's heads. There's going to be a sort of my stream, Lockbeards, and then after that, there's Lester's stream, like so. Chessboard says, Nemo says to Chessboard, another person's beliefs can affect the entire community. For example, Islam, we need to be honest and start criticizing, rejecting Islamist ideology. I agree 100%, Nemo, yeah. There's some fucked up.
Nemo and Chessboard, fucking, you can't beat them, can you?
Well, that was actually Nemo to Chessboard, by the way.
Yeah, but Chessboard's response is just as fucking philosophical. So.
Oh, was it? Let me get it. Hang on, Active Shooter saying, why does Busby look like he's running his live stream from Amsterdam's red light district? Because I am.
I was out of control, okay.
Who said that? Hang on, Wagon Brett, can't let your stream be hijacked. That's hilarious coming from you, Wagon Brett. Ha 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 ha. Who hijacks my stream regularly. Anyway.
She brings the sexy. That's fine.
She does bring the sexy. That probably is why it's partially fine. That you're right there.
You're happy with it. Brings the numbers with it too. It's cool.
Yeah, well, I'm happy about it, mate. It's not all about numbers, but I love her personality and she's hilarious. That's the truth. So, you know. Brandy, yes, you missed a lot. You missed a lot, Brandy.
I love Shooter.
We got into it. Nemo, the Bigfoot stuff is harmless. Lol. If someone, I don't agree with that, by the way. Lol. If someone wants to spend their money time on it, okay, go for it. Free country, but other topics we need to discuss and push back at every opportunity. I don't see Bigfoot as harmless, mate. But in terms of, I'll still give you my opinion that I think it's mainly a cult. That's what I'm saying. No cults are harmless, mate, at all. Chessboard, Nemo beliefs are like assholes. Everyone has one. That's right. Beliefs
Amen,
are.
Chess. Fuck you.
Colin B, we can all agree Loch Ness is real. Ha 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 ha. Colin B, that's funny. Dragon Sage, being open-minded is good to a point. Actually, that's true, yeah. Because when you go to disappear up your own arse into the woo world, then actually you become just like the enlightened man. Yo, Sister Brandy. That's a joke, Mag. I'm playing. Anyway, where are we? Am I way behind? Okay, I'm just moving on. Am I missing anything else? Has anyone else seen something standing out to you?
No, I don't really.
Active Shooter believes in melted buildings. Wow. Only because he sets them on fire, though. Yes, very funny. Active.
And Shooter did say a cult was where the leader sleeps with all the women. So...
Oh, that's perfect.
I'm just saying.
Well, Wagon, yeah, do it. But do you want to jump back on real quick, Wagon, so you can promote it? Up to you. But it'd be awesome if you went live now. Everybody up for going to Wagon's stream? How about we do that? Yeah, I think we do that.
She won't be able to go on for an hour.
Is that what she said, mate? Is that what she said?
Hour and a half, yeah.
All right, well, Wagon... Drop your link, Wagon Brett, the link, and I'll pin it real quick. And anyone who hasn't subscribed to Wagon yet, you should do it. She's going to go live in an hour or so, and we'll all be there in some shape or form. How you doing, Miss Space Cake, by the way? Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, she's muted, the poor thing.
I'm not muted. You muted me.
No, I know I did, but...
You muted me.
I know. I'm so sorry, for fuck's sake. I didn't even...
me. I've been muted the whole time.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Shit. I don't mind. I just look like a complete twit with my arms waving around.
I'm so sorry.
We love you. We love you.
You twit. We love you. And lifting.
Right, can I... Yeah. Right, I can't do later on. Are you going to go live reasonably early tomorrow evening?
Probably about 8. How about that?
That's fine. I just had a thought to bring something totally different into it. I'll show you some of my art from moons ago, and you can tell me if you think I should get back on that wagon.
Awesome. Yes.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Some sculptures. There's a walking stick. There's some drawings. I haven't done a lot recently, I have to admit. So
you carved?
I can tell you right now. Yes, you do.
Man, actually, I'll go and get the walking stick now because it's easy. Wait, just stay there.
Yep.
Hello, Florida Claimers Ted.
I'm coming back.
What's that? The Enlightenment Hive. Say to Lester the photo of that is the John Wayne, because supposedly a Freemason Hollywood good, and maybe get a photo of the meaning of his channel and spot the link for his channel. Well, I suppose he could do that, but it's kind of doing it for me, Mank, I have to say, even if he was an Illuminati. But, you know, John Wayne is just, you know what I mean? It's in the cultural consciousness. And I like the pick. So, no, I won't tell him that. But thanks for the information. Well, Lester, drop a link to Lester's channel. Yeah, actually, Lester, do you want to drop a link? You have my full permission to do it.
Oh, Lord, I just got to see if I can find it here.
Okay.
I forget how to find it all the time.
That's all right. I disagree with the Taliban having beauty queen contests using goats.
That's funny.
That's bull crap. There's nothing wrong with goats. Goats are sexy.
Especially with lipstick, yes.
Sexy, and you know it.
Raymond 11, I want to be a cult leader. I am actually a cult leader, but it's a joke cult, so it doesn't count. But yeah.
This might look rude at first.
Okay.
But it's not.
All right. Let's see it.
Right, it's a ram.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's amazing.
But there's a whole stick. But it's actually not mine. It belongs to someone else.
Let's see the handle.
But it's not long enough, and I have to reattach. I have to reattach the bottom end.
Show me the handle. I want to see the
cool.
handle. Yeah,
Don't let them see the head end of that
I'll tell
thing.
you what, you could kill someone with this.
You could do
It's
something
serious
else with
hard
that.
work. Yeah, it's hard
Bust the
work.
guts out.
Fucking kill someone with this.
You knock the back door off the head.
You like it?
It's like a sexual projectile.
Yeah, that's a socially distancing dildo or something.
No wonder we're in the gutter,
It's
Michael.
really
Fucking hell.
Social
It
distance
brings
We've been
Yes,
called
I
out more
knew-
than once,
I
and
knew this
nothing's changed.
would put a little bit of a spark into the
You
conversation.
can't bring that out around perverts. You can't bring that stuff out around perverts.
Jim Justice, it was
I'm
Mossad,
5'4".
Mossad, along with elements of the US
5'4", Jim.
government, basically. Yeah, but it was Mossad, I should say, whatever they're called.
All jokes aside, Miss Space Cake, that is really talented that you can do that.
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
any art that you can do it for you. Damn everybody else.
Yeah.
Because
But I also need to do it to make a living because I don't want to clean bogs anymore.
well, hey, I promise you this: for everything you make, there's somebody out there that wants it because everybody
For sure.
wants some type of art. You got the internet; you can put it on, and you can put it worldwide. Somebody will take it.
This is true, Michael.
You name the price.
And I can appreciate a good carved walking stick. I had to use them for a year when I was learning how to walk again.
Yeah.
There it is.
Well, we used walking sticks when I was 7. When we were in the Black Forest walking, before breakfast and lunch. They made us walk in Germany before we had food. You're not getting your food until you've done a good walk. Thanks. Do you know what I mean? But
Well, truly,
we
that's a
loved
good
it.
thing.
It was great. I loved it. I loved round there. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful, the Black Forest. Wow. Blew my mind. We went back there a few times, actually. Someplace. And the Rhine. Swimming in the Rhine. Oh, my God. And walking in the mountains around there. Just stunning. All that is actually man-made. Did you know that? The Rhine is not natural. Do you know what they call it in German? It's called a
No.
Stausee. And they stack. And if you look at all the stones, they're basically sea stones. So they're all rounded. And they've all been stacked. And all the rivers around there, all stacked with these same stones. So it's all to hold the water in to stop it from seeping away.
Sorry, I was laughing at Active Shooter's
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
message. No, he just said Busby will go live after I rewire his flat.
Oh,
And by the way,
Ooh.
chessboard, I disagree because chessboard said Jim Jones and Heaven's Gate were cults. The rest is trivial bullshit. I don't agree. I think humans tend to make cults out of everything, and even if it seems mild and moderate and innocent, a cult around fairies is still. Well, it depends. It can still be harmful. I don't agree that only deadly cults, like suicide cults, are harmful. I think it's still a false designation and should be called out.
Great conversation tonight, by the way. I'm glad I didn't have to say too much.
No, well, I would have liked to hear you say more, but yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'd like to
I'm
see more of
tired
your
and it's
artwork.
fine. You don't want to hear me talk all the time.
Well,
I can't,
actually, well, no.
What's the point then? The point
wrong
is
with
us
that,
all
John?
coming together and some being heavier on one and then on another one, another lot are heavier. Do you know what I mean with a conversation?
Well, the way I am is like I like to dip in and out anyway, and there's sort of ebbs and flows. But yeah, that just came up, and because I felt a particular way about it. I wanted to just draw a line about something, and then I took the opportunity to do it. Yeah, but conversation goes like that sometimes.
bless
Let's
your
face it, you
chessboard.
just never know where it's going to go.
Put chessboard's comment up. That's
And
pretty cool.
Jim, I was very intimidated by the poll.
But his paintings are terrible, chessboard. Come on.
The baby's arm. What am I looking for?
Chessboards. About Hunter, right? Moron Hunter.
All right, go on then. What was saying?
If he can sell his fucking art, basically,
chessboard.
I can sell it.
Chessboard. Miss Space Cake, if the fucking moron Hunter can sell paintings, you have no problem whatsoever? Who's,
Active shooter. This is what. Well, I'm not. This belongs to someone else. It's just needing extending because I took a bit off, and he's a really tall guy, and it needs to be put back on, basically. No, because the stick's too short. Stop it, Michael.
You get that thing hung up.
He gets it every time.
But
Oh! Now my face hurts. That's good though.
Oh,
All
actually,
the healthy stuff.
Point fire, you might be technically right about that by the end of this,
Walking sticks, active shooter. Well, no,
Jab
and sculptures.
schedule.
I do heads. I do clay heads
It's
and paper.
I do.
Fine art.
Miss Space Cake, you do have to practice the art of talking at the.
I
when
know.
not
I'm
talking,
shit at
but
that. I do apologise.
That's all right.
I was just replying him.
That's fine. A wagon breadth, you have a run for your money in the annoying department. Only joking. No,
Yeah, but we love each other. Don't we, Wagon?
no, it's only because you're half fucking baked. Let's face it.
I don't care. I've done 7 hours work. I don't care. I can
No.
be baked.
No, Miss Space Cake, you know I'm only playing.
I know you are. I know.
As Miss
I'm a
Space Cake
cake
says,
anyway.
you are a cake, exactly. It's okay to speak down to cakes.
No. That's just
All
rude.
cakes matter, mate.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
All cakes.
matter.
That's
Nice
good.
one, Scotty. Thank you.
All
We
right.
should put up banners. All cakes matter. I don't actually eat a lot of cake. It's not
Mrs.
my
Space
thing.
Cake, Mrs. Space Cake,
Sorry.
you've got a link from the Enlightened Mank there.
Oh, excellent.
Grab that for after the show whenever you want to watch it. Just remember you got a link. Yeah, if you don't watch it, he'll keep asking you, "Did you watch it?" And it'll get really
Oh,
annoying.
no, that's not good. Shit.
So you have to
Love
watch
you,
it
Mike.
for 20 minutes.
Love you,
badly,
man.
mate. You know that.
Love you,
I don't
Mank.
mean that in a bad way, mate.
Love you.
Hang on,
Yeah.
I didn't get the whole blooming thing because I'm a dingbat sometimes.
All right, shall I close it down? And we kind of. Oh, well, actually.
No, wait, I ain't got the link yet. Come on.
All right, you get the link then first.
I don't want the dots. Right, got the link.
Well, it was pretty fun, wasn't it? I had a good time-ish, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, you did. You got a bit serious there for a moment, but that's all right.
It
You're allowed.
did, but no. But this is how you sort of amongst mates, you get into it, don't you? It happens.
Yeah.
It's all part of
Right.
smoothing each other out, and
This
not
is
in
the
that way,
point.
Michael. Not in that way.
All jokes aside, Miss Space Cake, that walking stick is really something else.
Thank
Yeah,
you very
it's
much.
full study,
I intend on
beautiful,
making more.
100%.
Active
Takes
shooter, you
talent
have
to
my
make that.
you have my permission tonight. Sorry, I'm talking over people now. Sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
That's all right.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, active shooter, you have my permission after her accusing me of being on a man period. Yeah, nail her in there, mate. Go for it.
You shit. Active shooter. That's nice. Onto Mike. I ain't going to be put in a coffin. When it's my
Do it,
time to
Nank.
go, I'm walking off into the woods, mate. And my body's going to be left there for the creatures to nibble on. That's it, mate. No
Well, fair
coffin
enough.
for me.
Fair enough.
That's what I'm doing.
They ain't putting me into the ground.
Park me next to a tree overlooking the water.
Exactly. That sounds lush, doesn't it?
Cool. Wow, you'd end up having like ants just creating a whole nest in your eyes and shit. It'd look quite crazy.
I don't care. I'll
That'd
have
be cool.
flown.
It would be actually pretty cool. Thank
Nature's
you, mate.
food.
Yeah.
Shooter. Oh my God. Miss Space Cake, you are in danger. You, woo.
You got to
Shooter
touch
is
me
Mike.
first, boy.
Yeah.
And I can move.
There you go. Well, with that
Oh, bless
Ethiopian
you, chessboard.
physique, Miss Space Cake, I'm
Thank
sure you can.
Chessboard. That's
Cheers,
very
board.
sweet.
Miss Space Cake, you shall excel. No doubt. Believe in yourself. Very cute. Very sweet.
That's very sweet.
Gonna mix you up with some weed ash. Thanks, Mac.
You special man, you shooter.
Ouch.
I
What's
want
that?
you to know,
Sorry.
love
Profile.
everybody out there in that chat.
Yeah, love
Go
you
ahead.
all, man. Chessboard, a little payback for the
Definitely.
times.
And
Oh,
I'm
no, he's just-
sorry that I
it's all
can't read everything.
He's
I'm a
talking to
bit
chessboard.
shattered. So next
No.
time I shall
No, you
endeavour
cool.
to be more.
It's been a good show, Miss Space Cake. I enjoyed having you
Thank
on.
you.
Could
Thank
jump on tomorrow with us and show us your art. Then that'd be really cool.
Come
Is presume Scotty, are you up for it tomorrow night?
I should be right. Yeah, that sounds
Awesome.
lovely.
M, you game, M?
Man, yeah.
8
Hell
o'clock
yeah.
ish, yeah.
No, I didn't ask if you were
I'm
gay. I asked if you wanted to come to this nice show.
That's it. I'm down like Granny's panties, baby. I'm down with it.
Oh, Lord.
Perfect. And Lester, you up for it, mate?
Yep.
Cool.
So
All right.
Always.
about 8-ish.
Awesome. Say that
About
again.
8.
8ish tomorrow, I reckon. Yeah, let's get it on, man. It'll be fun. Let's start it like this, I think. It's a lot better. I think when we're just easy jumping together, already chatting. I enjoyed it.
For sure.
All right. Thank you,
Good
everybody.
fun.
It's been most
I'm sorry I'm not going to
enjoyable.
type tonight, so just a big love for all the lovelies here.
Awesome. Well, goodbye from all of us. We love you. And we might see you on Wagon Brett's stream later. The link's pinned at the top of the chat, I do believe. Let me check. So if you haven't already
can't even
hit
do
that
that,
link
right.
and gone and subbed to Wagon Brett, go and do it now. And we might see you later in a couple of
That's
hours.
it.
I'll be
That's
looking
all
for
I'm
every
typing.
damn one of you. And I'm
Right,
taking
boys and
names.
girls.
Especially
Love,
you,
love, love.
Shooter, and Hobbs. I think Hobbs is already over there, but yeah. All right then, folk. See you later. Oh, shall I play a bit of Bayduna? There you go. Let me
Yeah,
do a bit
yeah,
of Bayduna.
do that, and then
Bit
I'll
of
shut
Saggy
down
Paw.
this.
Shout out to Saggy.
Shout
Yeah,
out
there
to
was no
Sag. That's
music.
right.
What happened to the
Saggy
music
Paw.
be?
Yeah, well,
I like the sort of burble in the background.
well, I just thought I'd mix it up where sometimes I just to keep
Oh,
people
okay,
guessing. Sometimes I'll do that for fun, but if it's always that, it's annoying. And I just like
And
the old
boring.
school. Yeah, kind of. So I just keep it different, mix it up.
Fair
All
enough.
right, this
I
tune's
actually
by
didn't notice until you just now.
respect. There you go. You know, well, that's it. We didn't miss it as well, so it was fun. Saggy Paw. Everyone who knows Saggy Paw's channel or doesn't, he basically is a really good musician. He made this track called
Oh.
Bayduna, and it's
Put a link,
fucking
Saggy
cool.
Paw, please.
I'm going to mute Miss Spacegate. Love you, Miss Spacegate, but you haven't yet learned the art of when I'm talking, so you're muted. Miss. So this is called Bayduna by Saggy Paw. We love you all. Enjoy and goodbye.